Okay, we are live and kicking for session 32 of our adventures in Emathan. Welcome, gentlemen.
Nice to be back.
So
Thanks for having me.
we'll we'll start off like we normally do with some introductions. So, Kogaan, why don't you kick us off today?
All right, I'm Max, and Kogaan is a gold Dragonborn fighter, and we're using the what is it called? Oh my god,
Fizbands.
Fizbands variant. Thank you of Dragonborn, and so hopefully today I'll have a chance to bust out the new and improved breath weapon.
Nice.
It's got some variations which add a lot of fun to Dragonborn in the newer edition.
Awesome.
Yep.
And next we'll go. We'll mix it up here. We'll go with Nightingale to start.
Hey, I'm Barry. I play Nightingale and Landis. I'll just do them both since, that way I don't have to come back to me. Nightingale is a dual class, Bard and Rogue. And part of the Bard features that I think is a pretty fantastic feature is the Jack of all trades. That allows me at second level to add half my proficiency bonus rounded down to any ability check I make that doesn't already include that bonus. So that means I can pretty much do anything. Let's just leave it. I can just kind of do anything. It's neither good nor bad, but it's just what it is. Landis is a wizard, and I went for the subclass of Spell Scribe. But an interesting thing about Landis is his background. I chose the Inheritor background. And Colin, our DM, wrote into our adventure things that are tied into his background. So as an inheritor, you gain an inheritance. And particularly with Landis, this was like a cube and all stuff from his grandfather, which had gone missing. And we wrote it into the story. It was a really neat way to draw a background into actual gameplay instead of it just being always in the background. One I've never picked before, but I thought it would be interesting to have some type of inheritance that would lead to some cool story, and it did.
Cool. And last and least, not least.
Ooh, slap.
Slap. We'll go with Douglan.
My name is Egan, and I play Douglan McKayne. What's his name? Douglan McKayne. That's it. No other guy. There was back in the day there was Lafferty, but he is no more. So Douglan McKayne is a human Oath of the Protector, a customized class under the Paladin umbrella. And one of the things, although this isn't inherent to just the Oath of Protector, is I'm hoping I can use it. I guess that means we're under attack, but Aura Protection. I think auras are freaking awesome for Paladins. Just stay close, guys. Just stay close. The saving throws are just going to be a little bit easier, assuming I stay conscious, which is never a guarantee. But no, that's one of his channel powers, if you will, that I think might be coming in handy here in this dangerous desert that Colin has got us in. I'm assuming
it's like Daytona Beach here. Don't worry, boys. It'll
great.
Be all right. Yeah,
we're day at the beach.
Good. Yeah,
day at the beach. So yeah, that's Douglan McKayne, and I'm Egan, and happy to be here.
Excellent. No rule or anything concerns out of the last session. Everything was pretty smooth. So, boys, I got a pretty hearty session recap today. So we'll get right into that. All right. So as the last session began, it was late morning on the 18th day of the first Trigon of Elok's influence. The chill in the morning air was quickly disappearing as the sun climbed higher into the sky. The party was standing in the main courtyard of Fangnor Citadel. A carriage had just arrived to pick them up and take them wherever they would like to go. Newly promoted Commander Barlor had walked with them to the courtyard, though they suspected he would not be leaving with them. The commander asked to have a private conversation with Douglan, where he asked permission to have Maggie join the vanguard. Barlor had inquired with Maggie about the possibility, and she had been very interested. She told Barlor that he would have to speak with Douglan to get his approval before she could join. Douglan gave his blessing, and Commander Barlor assured him that, with Maggie's smarts and skills, she would be a lieutenant in no time. With the conversation complete, the party departed Fangnor Citadel and returned to the Stargazer. Back at the skyship, the party spoke to Captain Murfitz about departing for the Sea of Sand and was told that the crew could have the skyship ready to depart in an hour. Knowing that the Stargazer would be heading to the Sea of Sand, Murfitz warned the party that he could not take the skyship inland once they arrived. He informed them that sandstorms constantly ravaged the area, the storms that would put the Stargazer in grave danger if she were caught in one. While the crew prepared the ship for departure, Nightingale took the opportunity to search the docks for signs of the local thieves' guild. It did not take long. Outside a small tavern called the Seaside, the hidden symbol of the Four Blades Guild gathering place was found. Nightingale entered and struck up a conversation with Wenlow. Nightingale asked Wenlow if he could get a message to Onyx of the Dooms that Nightingale was looking for him. Wenlow stated that it would not be easy, but with proper funds he might be able to buy the right connections to get to him. Nightingale gave Wenlow 5 platinum pieces and told him he would check in the next time he was in the city of Alagon. With that, Nightingale returned to the skyship and the party departed for the Sea of Sand. During the trip, the party encountered a very unexpected event as Lafferty disappeared from the skyship. A note in Landis's copy of Words Yet Spoken explained that he had made the decision to enter the void to try to find Enibus and learn more about what was going on inside of the void. It was an uneasy feeling for the party, but they trusted that Lafferty was doing this for the right reasons. Early morning on the 20th, the Stargazer arrived in the harbor of Vuland on the southwest coast of the Sea of Sand. The party proceeded to the Sand Whisper Inn, where they spoke with Rohirri, who informed them that Alanis Moonwatcher had been staying at the inn. She suggested that the party return later in the day when the inn's owner, Athena Silverhand, could tell them more about Alanis's visit, as they had spent some time together during her stay. The party next headed to the docks to see what they could find out about the Sea of Sand, Alanis, and the tiefling sisters Alanis had arrived with. The party roamed the docks for several hours and gleaned lots of useful information. They determined that Alanis had hired a guide to return the Zandani sisters to their nomadic family, who sold their merchandise out of the port of Zray. They visited the only outfitter in the town, the Grit, owned by Karzir Belzik, who told them about Vuland and some of what to expect when traveling in the Sea of Sand. Towards noon, the party returned to the Sand Whisper to speak with Athena. Athena informed the party that Alanis had hired 4 guides to take her into the desert to find a place called the Scar. Athena had tried to talk her out of it, but Alanis was determined to go. Athena had not heard from Alanis since she departed almost 2 weeks ago. Athena did hear that one of the guides, a tiefling named Xarmir Sithor was back in Vuland, and he could probably be found on the docks at a tavern called The Last Stop. The party headed to the last stop where they met with Xarmir. The guide explained that they had neared the area where the scar was to be found when they were attacked by orcs. Orcs that Landis identified as Iceborn orcs. 2 of the guides were killed, and 1 was taken prisoner along with Alanis. Xarmir had escaped. He had tried to get to Alanis and the other guide, but there were too many orcs. He told the party that Alanis had made it clear before departing Vuland that she could look after herself, so he left, returning to Vuland. The party hired Xarmir to take them to the Scar to find Alanis, and they departed early the next morning. The first day of travel through the Sea of Sand was difficult, but not dangerous. As warned, the heat of the day was nearly unbearable. The wind and blowing sand was relentless. The journey was every bit as arduous as promised. As the evening approached, the party was both surprised and relieved to find out that they would spend the night in the small village of Blessa, built inside one of the large rocky mesas that dotted the landscape. Inside, Xarmir took the party to the Black Roost Inn, where they soon found themselves sitting enjoying a pint of High Sun Ale. It was a very unexpected treat. As Xarmir and the party enjoyed their ales, Xarmir told the party the story of the Scar. He recounted that the story of the Scar is in fact the story of the tieflings. During the last gathering, a rift opened into a demon world in the very place where the Scar now sits, a world known as Arkmith. The tiefling people had been slaves to the demons of this world for longer than they could remember, and they were ready to be free of it. When the rift opened, demons and tieflings streamed into this new world. The demons quickly decided that this was a world for the taking, while the tieflings simply ran for their freedom. The area of Emathan they entered is now known as the Sea of Sand, but back then it was known as Plentiful. The great kingdoms of Plentiful fought back against the demons, but it was clear the only way to win was to close the rift. 3 powerful wizards were called to cast the spell upon the rift in an effort to close it. The spell worked, but as the rift slammed shut, an enormous explosion tore across the land, destroying everything in its wake. The land never recovered from the blast. The people of Plentiful that had survived moved on as the area turned to desert. This desert became known as the Sea of Sand, the new homeland of the tieflings. As today's session begins, it is early evening on the 21st day of the first Trigon of Elok's influence. The party is seated around a small wooden table enjoying an ale with their tiefling guide. The effects of the day's extreme heat and blazing sun have left you all tired. Xarmir has arranged for everyone to have a bed in the inn's common room. He excuses himself and heads off to bed, reminding the party that you will be leaving at sunrise for another long day in the desert. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications?
So the town that we're in, is it like in a crevasse, kind of in the sands? I'm picturing something below, like
It's a
ground
cavern
level.
that is under this mesa.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So someone discovered this cavern that's actually in underground under this mesa, and that is where Blessa is built. There's a big natural pool of water that is the center of this cavern. So it's a very good place for those desert dwellers to call home.
Hmm.
I'm
Is it
glad
the
you.
next morning? I know we were.
No, it's that evening.
It's that
Currently
evening.
the evening right now. Then our guide has gone to bed, and we're chilling at the moment.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're all just still sitting around the table. He excused himself and went off to bed, and you're all just sitting. This is sort of the outdoor tavern of the Black Roost Inn. It's just kind of, we'll call it a patio area just in front of the inn.
Friends, I think we must prepare ourselves for the next part of the journey. I think probably as we go further into the desert, these communities become less available. And we won't be enjoying a tavern on our next sleep.
Well, I reckon you're right there, Smoke Puff.
Oh, puff.
Wait, did you actually smoke and puff, or did you say you smoke and puff?
I called
He
Kogaan
remembers
Smoke Puff.
that
You're
was
reading
my
the
my
screenplay.
my nickname when I was a hatchling.
Smoke puff.
Yes. Corey remembers it, the story I told.
Oh,
I hope you don't mind me calling you Smoke
No,
Puff.
of course not. People in our village, we would sometimes call each other by our young hatchling names.
Better than Douglan's young name,
Oh, what was that?
Tight Ass.
Oh,
Wow.
And Corey will kind of nudge Douglan a little.
Look, I went to religious school. What can I tell you?
Landis will, kind of be flipping through his book, and he'll look to Kogaan and be like, I think one of these spells, Kogaan, I will prepare for tomorrow's journey is a shelter in case we can't find one that
yes.
will protect us from these storms.
That is very wise, I think.
as you are chatting amongst yourselves, the inn's owner, who her name is Velspira, she has been serving you all night, so you are familiar with her. She makes her way over, sits down at the table. She has a kind of an ornate glass bottle with some sort of fluid inside it, stoppered off, and she's carrying out four glasses for all of you, and she lays it down. She sits at the table with you all, and so what brings all of you into the Sea of Sand? If I was a betting lady, which I've known to be, I'm gonna guess you're diamond buyers. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right?
You're right, my lady. How'd you guess?
Ah, you all look the type. Um, why don't I got a little special bottle here, something that I brought. I only bring it out for special people. It's called Desert Sting Rum. Very good stuff. It's no charge on the house. I'll give you all just a little nip of that, and she pours all the glasses and pushes them out to everybody, and stoppers the bottle again. And so, are we looking for some diamonds? Are we looking for a lot of diamonds? How would you say your buying expectations are?
Well, ma'am, I understand you're intrigued with our presence and interested in our buying habits, but our friend Xarmir is taking care of us, so we'd like to kind of keep our dealings with one tiefling at a time, if you understand what we mean.
Of course, of course. Is it your first time in the Sea of Sand?
No, we are very experienced travelers of the Sea of Sand. I adjust
Oh.
my goggles on my forehead.
I see. Well, if you had some questions, although I understand you've been here lots of times before. um I might be able to help you out, and then maybe we could circle back around to the conversation about the diamonds.
I have a
Or
question,
Yes,
if I may.
you Kogaan,
It,
I believe it
since,
is.
yes, that is correct. Uh, where from here in the Sea of Sand would be the best place if you wanted to mm, betray your traveling companion and desert them?
Well, as you move further inland, in the Sea of Sand, it becomes more and more desert-like, with very few landmarks,
Hmm.
which one could orientate themselves. So the further inland you go, once you get past any of the sort of noticeable landmarks to the average traveler, it would be very difficult for one to find their way out of the desert. You could wander endlessly for days, and the only person you'd see is yourself.
Understood. Thank you.
Corey will take the glass from in front of Landis and slide it over to Velmira and kind of give her a little, indication that he wants to drink this with her. He's
All
like,
right.
you seem like a woman that knows a lot, and if people were coming for information, you'd be the right person to talk with, it would seem.
I'm running the only inn here in sort of the route that most of these guides take out of Vuland. I do tend to hear a thing or two, if you know what I mean.
Night, or I should say, Corey will drink back this desert sting rum.
Okay, Velspira chucks back the glass that you offered her with. It's the desert sting rum. I would characterize, a bit like strong moonshine. It's a good, smooth shot of diesel fuel. It's good.
Fighting to make his voice heard once again, Corey will be like, this is a lovely body to it. Mm.
You can have mine, Douglan.
It'll be Valmira. Now, I may be, I may be overstepping the binds of my personal contract, but I'm here on behalf of a business associate. We are explorers of sorts, checking out different possibilities for future financial arrangements. Now, if we were to have a large number of people moving back and forth, are there areas around here where a water supply would be achievable or accessible?
The Sea of Sand. I don't know how familiar you are with its history. It formed back during the last gathering when there was quite an event here. So it's not a natural desert. It's, well, quite frankly, it's an unnatural desert. If one was to only look at the area and the weather and such, there should not be a desert here. Us tieflings believe that this is a bit of a hangover, from the event that occurred and created our homeland here. And I apologize, I'm rambling a bit, but what I'm trying to get at is water is surprisingly plentiful in the Sea of Sand. There are oases all over that one can stop, and things do tend to grow in those small areas, but nothing will grow anywhere else very predominantly.
The water is plentiful. Well, that would make it easy to establish trade routes, so that's good. Now, my dear, have you heard anything about any hostiles that are a little unnatural being out in these parts? We wouldn't want to have shipments being raided by like orcs or goblins, or I don't know what's out in these deserts.
Well, I haven't seen it for myself now, but I understand from the many conversations that I hear that orcs have moved into the desert. Um, Initially, it seemed that there were a lot of orcs that were moving all through the desert, attempting to find something. They seem to have settled into an area that we refer to as the Scar. And although it doesn't sound like their numbers are large, there is a fair number of them that have remained at the Scar, while the others moved back into the Barrens. So one would have to believe that the Scar was what they were looking for, since they have remained there and the rest of their brethren have moved out of the desert.
We were heard a story that it is iceborn orcs. Are there other orcs as well?
I'm not familiar with iceborn orcs. Um, One would think if you were an iceborn orc, if I recall, they are somewhere from far up north.
Yes.
The desert must be an incredibly uncomfortable place for them.
It was a strange tale.
Now, what would you think they'd be interested in that scar you're talking about?
I really have no idea. The Scar is a strange crystal conglomeration that remained behind after the rift that opened there slammed shut. And the crystal itself, I don't believe, is very valuable. Um, it's it's hard to understand what they would want with the area.
Landis, I am not as adept in arcanic knowledge as you are, but I have a little bit of training and understanding. Perhaps, maybe, if you, with your knowledge, you might understand this more. But perhaps there is latent magical energy in that crystal still from a long time ago when the gathering happened for them.
Kogaan, if you had met me less than a year ago, I would scoff at the idea that that would be possible. But since I found myself in this companionship, I will not put anything beyond the realm of possibility. I've seen some crazy things. So that could be, that could be. And you see, he opens his book and he starts writing an idea down into it.
Velspira tops up the glasses and pushes them back out to everyone. And so, if one was interested, maybe in diamonds. Now, my brother, Earthor, he is a diamond merchant. He does visit here from time to time. I could arrange a visit if one was ever interested. Just trying to help out family.
Well, Velmira, if things don't materialize with our friend here, Xarmir, you can expect a visit from us, and maybe we'll have a chat with Mr. Earthor.
Excellent. Now I have to get back to business here, but any last things I might be able to help you with before?
I do have one last question. We had sent, let's call her a scout ahead of us some time ago, a woman, and he'll describe Alanis to her. She may have been going by the name Alanis. You didn't happen to see her stop in here, did you?
Indeed I did. A beautiful young lady. She was with Xarmir and a few others. Um,
What
I
did you hear about that situation, my dear?
I don't actually know where they were headed. Xarmir was with them and three other guides, all regulars to stopping here in Blessa, but I'm sorry, I didn't actually inquire as to where they were taking the young lady.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. We appreciate what you've been so gracious to share with us, ma'am.
Of course. And maybe another round of ales before you call it a night?
Corey will look to his companions whose drinks are still full. I think we got enough on our plate right now. Thank you.
Okay.
Douglas are empty.
Well, you have yourselves a fantastic rest, and I hope that your travels to the Scar are very uneventful.
Thank you. If we find any diamonds, we will bring them back to you for this meeting.
Excellent. Excellent. Velspira excuses herself, takes her bottle of Desert Sting with her, and yeah, she heads off back to inside the inn.
Friends, this Scar place, it could have hundreds of orcs, maybe. They could have set up a camp of sorts down there. There is very much unknown, and it seems highly dangerous.
Well, she did say that the numbers had reduced, so that's a positive. But you are right, Kogaan. We don't know what numbers are left.
Plus,
But
no one sees these people, the orcs, all the time, right? It's a few people now and then out on their travels seeing things, so we do not know how often they come and go.
indeed,
Just think we will have, when we get to the area, we should be very, very, very cautious.
well, perhaps a little reconnaissance will be in order for sure, Kogaan.
Indeed.
But she did trigger something. If this scar at one point in time was an opening to another dimension,
Yes,
perhaps they are trying to reopen it.
exactly.
We've all had visions of demons pouring through a portal and we're all in the sand, so I just want to make sure that we're not walking into something we're not prepared for. Douglan, what's your feeling on this?
Douglan is like took all of Kogan's servings, and he's a little tipsy. um,
Well, who put the rosy in your cheeks, my friend?
when did we become gem dealers? When did that happen? Are we here incognito?
It's all part of the ruse, my friend.
That's right. Forgot about that. Yeah, let's get to it. Let's find your lady, but be cautious. See what
Colin,
else we find out there.
sorry, did she say that the Scar was also kind of like in a cavern situation?
Nope.
Look,
Nope.
so
It's just
out
it's
in
right
the
on the
open?
surface, right on
Okay,
the
okay.
sandy surface.
Okay. Gotcha.
Well, if we can time it right, and Zamir's, leading us not into a trap, and Kogan, thank you for being subtle and asking about how that would play out. Um, Perhaps we might be able to use the tail end of one of these storms to kind of hide our approach a little.
Hmm.
they are unpredictable, so I don't know how long or short they are. Not having much experience so far, but we'll talk to Xarmir in the morning, and when we're getting close, maybe we wait for one of these to come along, hide out in Landis's little poppy hut, and then when it's just about ended, we could sneak up in the cover of sand and dust.
Yes, if it is traveling, if the storm ends up traveling in the direction that we are going, then that could be very useful.
Well,
What didn't they say not to travel in the storms or
No, but if we
not?
are on the tail end of the storm and it is going, like if we are going north and then the storm is going north, when it passes us, we will have time to travel in the dust and debris of what is kicked up behind it. It would mask some of our travel, especially if it is that flat and open, as they say.
Corey will pound the last two shots that were left as Landis is still, looking at it as if it's toxic waste that he's supposed to drink. And he'll look to the group. Well, I suggest we hit the hay before these hit me in the face and get up bright and early and see what Xarmir has to say or what have yous.
So you guys, your characters do know this, so I'll just clarify. In the Sea of Sand, nighttime sandstorms are like clockwork.
Yeah, that
So
one we know.
as the
Yeah.
sun goes down, the storm picks up. As the sun comes up in the morning, the storm dies down. But then there are random sandstorms that happen throughout the desert all the time. So you guys discussed that with Xarmir before departing.
Well,
In the morning, I will ask Xarmir the prevailing direction of sandstorms.
okay, well,
If-
let's crawl into our sand piles or
Cocoons.
whatever we got to sleep in here and get some shut-eye.
Yeah, the Black Roost, it just has a common area above the entrance kitchen
Like a loft.
tavern area, with a dozen or so beds in it. So you just make your way up there. The five of you, including Xarmir, are the only ones upstairs. So
As we're kind of headed up there, Corey will kind of under his breath, do we want to set up a watch for the night? We are in unfamiliar territory.
It would be wise.
Okay.
Take turns.
I'm sure gonna miss
Unbroken.
Lafferty's 4-hour session on watch now that it's just me. Well, boys, better get some shut eye. I'll take first watch. I'm sure these shots of diesel fuel keep me going.
yes, indeed. The night is uneventful. You have no reference to day and night within
Yeah.
Blessa. You're underground, but the activity of early morning awake you all. Xarmir is up preparing his gear. You all awake. I forgot a little something that I had whipped up for the night.
Green.
I've always wanted to run a really large monster, so I figured today was a good day. No, just kidding.
Tarrasque.
During
Crashes through.
yeah, exactly, just rises up out of the pool.
Yeah.
A Tarrasque. Exactly. That's a good one to run for the night.
It's about as large as they get.
Okay, during the night, Nightingale, my good man, as you settle in after I think you were the first. Were you the first round? Yeah, you were the first
Yep.
round. You settle into sleep as you fall and drift off into dreamland. You find yourself awaking in a dream that seems immediately familiar to you. It takes you, it takes you kind of a second or two to orientate yourself, but then you immediately recognize where you are.
Let me guess, a sandy desert staring at a portal with hell pouring through.
No.
Oh,
You open your eyes and find yourself standing in what looks like the void that the dragonfly entered. Thousands of strange creatures fly around you in circles, creating a sphere about 100 feet in diameter. As your eyes come back around, you see Nava standing about 10 feet away. She does not look happy. Why did you leave me, Bashir? My father found out about us. He stabbed me in anger and left me for you to find. When you left, he had me return to life and locked away. A metal cage appears around Nava, and she now stares out at you through the bars. Will you leave me here to suffer? Will you leave me here to die? You are suddenly standing on the other side of the cage, face to face with Nava. Time is running out, Bashir. You must come and save me. Do you not love me anymore? You snap awake, soaked in sweat and shaking. How's that for a good night's sleep?
well, that's the last of that desert sting rum I'm having.
Exactly.
Not word.
All right. It is now morning, as I described before. I forgot that little tidbit of the night. And Xarmir turns to the party as he gets up with his equipment and says, I would like to leave very shortly if you could all be ready.
I reckon we can get our asses out of the sand here pretty quick. Let's get going.
Xarmir, we were curious. What in general is the prevailing direction of these storms that kick up?
For the most part, they blow west to east across.
From west to the east.
Yes.
Okay. And the direction we are traveling in?
We are traveling generally northeast.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I am ready. Goggles. Right on.
You do
like
blend
wrap.
in like you've been here forever. Douglan, how you doing?
He's got
I couldn't
goggles.
help but notice your cheeks went awfully red and rosy after
Let
those
me help you
shots
with your
last night.
shamog.
Yeah, it's all
Help you with your wrap on your face and your cape, cloak.
it's all messed up.
Okay, you head out into the desert, where the wind and the sand never seem to stop. It is always blowing, and the sand, I mean, obviously is always whipping around. A lot of heat. It's a generally very uncomfortable place to be spending time. Xarmir explains that if you are able to keep a fairly good pace through the night, through the day, that you should arrive at the scar just a little bit before sundown.
Wow, it is not very far to this scar.
It's a full day. This will be your second full day, right? So
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
pretty
great.
close to this village. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Like,
2 days of travel get you there. And and so he says, despite the heat and such, it's going to be important to keep a good pace going to make sure you guys arrive at the Scar before sundown, and the night storms move in.
Friends, do not be shy with your water. Remember, I have this decanter of endless water, so it'll be okay.
Plus, if Velmir was right, water isn't hard to find, so drink it if you got it. Fight that hangover, Douglan.
Oh, yeah.
Just chugging water.
Corey's gonna kind of walk up to Xarmir and be like, Xarmir, when we start to approach the Scar, is there any place or any way we're going to be able to do a little reconnaissance before we are in eye shot of these buggers?
Yes, the area that the Scar is in has a lot of dunes that we will be able to use to our advantage to get into the area without being hopefully seen. We will not have to approach the Scar in the open. We can make our way through the dunes and hopefully sneak up on the area.
Okay. That's good to know. Let's get at her before the next storm blows in.
Okay. The day is hot. Kogaan, you are... I don't know how much water you can pour out of your decanter in a day. I think it's a fair bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's literally limitless.
And your traveling companions are making good use of it. You do make a few short stops at a couple oases that are along the way where you do have an opportunity to sort of wet your wraps and stuff like that to try and cool off a little bit. Towards midday, when you are unfortunately in the highest of the heat, you enter an area, there's a lot of... You're still in an area where there's a lot of rocky outcroppings from the desert sand, so the ground itself is becoming more and more just pure sand, but you're moving away now from the larger mesas, but there still is lots of rocky outcroppings. As you move through this one area, Nightingale, for the sake of this, I'm going to assume everybody is within 30 feet of each other. Nightingale, your Valamor's whip warns you of danger ahead. Just as you get that, and anyone within 30 feet hears this message from Valamor, that there is danger ahead. And just as that happens, just ahead of you from the sand, these giant scorpions rise up out of the sand and charge towards you.
Well, dang.
As expected.
All right. I will begin by sharing a map with you all. All right. We will share this out.
Whoa. Okay, let's
I will set this up for those playing at home.
our studio audience. Tonight's maps are brought to you by
JD is
Fantasy Grounds.
Is with us tonight.
Is he really? JD!
He's the greatest.
Hey, dude.
Probably painting some Warhammer figurines right now.
Okay. We have. Set this. All right. So there is Xarmir and a giant scorpion rises up from the sand here and here. I will drag you, good folk, onto the map. Just kind of position yourself however you want to be positioned in and around where Xarmir is.
Well, I think I would move to get in front of Xarmir as soon as we were alerted to danger.
Yeah, I
Indeed.
think Douglan would kind of be up there with you.
These
Hey, back,
stones,
Xarmir.
like these rocks are like how big, Colin?
They vary in height, but at most they might get 5 feet off the ground.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not they're not mountainous by any means. They're just.
So would Landis be able to go there?
Yep, absolutely.
It's kind of so he's up on a hard surface and. looking
Yeah,
at me.
they're all pretty easy to move around. It's not going to affect your travel at all. They're smooth up and down. They've been wind worn for so many years. It's not a difficult climb or anything. You can just run up them and down them and jump off and all that good stuff. Okay, let's get some initiatives rolled here, folks. All right, Landis.
Just like your fake initiative roll earlier. Armor effect. Right at the top.
Okay, we'll get started here. Landis, you have initiative.
I shall. Oh. I see, my friends. I see. I see. I'm going to ready an action for the first giant scorpion to come within 60 feet of me. I think they're both just a bit beyond that. And whichever one comes first, I will blast it with a frostbite.
You're 65 feet.
They're 65 feet away from you.
I'm really good at depth perception.
Yeah, clearly.
When you're a spellcaster, you gotta be, boys.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Okay, so basically any of them that move forward will trigger that reaction.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that's
is that it for
less
you?
Landis.
All right, that takes us to Nightingale.
Nightingale will. You know what? Let's do her. Let's do her. Let's go all out. I'm casting my biggest spell. It's a cantrip. I'm a bard, remember, people.
My biggest spell. Aren't you a bard?
I will
Bards have good spells.
I know, bards do have good spells.
They have awesome spell.
Nightingale, or I should say Corey Fairbanks, reaches into his belt pouches and pulls out a bit of liquid on his fingers and he flicks it on Kogaan, Douglan, and himself and mumbles a few blessed prayers and casts Bless
Nice.
on the members of his troop so that we can kick some ass.
Like Kogaan can actually
You
hit
know how to select those three? Just those three?
It's control, right?
Yep. Hold control down and you have to at the top. You have to hit target first. If you have that little menu showing.
At the top.
Yeah, so at the top of the map, you've got a bunch of little square icons.
Okay.
You can click target, and then if you
why
hold
is it
control
still
and click
doing
on
it?
them, it'll target them.
Why does it keep going to? Oh, let's see.
You have to click on your Nightingale portrait at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
make sure
thought
you have
that
the
was-
right person selected.
It's
No,
still,
Landis is still targeting.
yeah. I can't get it off Landis for some reason. Well, how about I just do this? Does that work?
Yeah, that'll work.
There we go. And then I move right up beside the gang and I'll be like, you boys ready to wrestle with some scorpions? And he uncoils his whip. Yeehaw!
And is that it for you, Corey?
That's it.
All right, that takes us to Douglan, who is blessed.
He looks to both sides and says, lads, let's stay tight on this one. Who knows if there's others that are going to come up out of the sand, all right? Let's not extend ourselves too much. And then he grabs, got like a little, let's call it a quiver in the back, and he grabs this beautiful black javelin and says, let's say you bolt, go introduce yourself. And he chucks a javelin of lightning
Hell yeah.
on that guy right there.
All right, Scorpion 1.
Yeah, and so I'm reading it. Basically, when I speak the command, I transform into a bolt of lightning, and I have 120-foot range. Then they make a DC 13 dexterity save. They take 4d6 lightning.
That's anything in
Then
the
it
path.
says,
Yeah.
Anybody
Right.
that's in the path of it.
right. Then the lightning bolt turns back into the javelin when it reaches the target, and I make a ranged attack.
But
So
the target, if it gets hit, will take lightning damage as well.
correct. Got it. So it's just the javelin if it, yeah, okay. So I roll an attack. I think that's what we're trying
Yep.
to say.
Roll your javelin pass.
That sucks. But doesn't it still need to make a save though?
Dear God, Douglan, you're
No.
still throwing javelins like you
That one
don't
doesn't
know
make
what
a
you're
save.
doing.
No.
Target doesn't make a save. No.
All right. Well, there you go.
So you got to think of it like the lightning bolt spell. It streaks lightning, so you could hit
Yeah.
multiple targets on your way to the target you throw the javelin at.
Got it. Okay.
Nice try, Dougie.
Nightingale, don't forget to pick that up later, okay?
I'll be digging through the sand to find that sucker.
Yes.
And don't
All
forget
right,
to remove
that-
your pointer there, sir, when you're done.
Okay. My pointer is gone.
All right, is that for you? It for you, Douglan?
You know, I can, as a bonus action, go into my defensive mode. So why don't I do that?
Sounds good.
Let me plop that on me. Oh, where are we? Great weapon defense. Alrighty. Stay tight, lads. And that's his glorious turn.
Okay, so our first scorpion enters the fray. It immediately starts charging towards the group.
Do I get my shot off before it gets to us?
Yeah, I'll move the first 5 and you can go ahead with your reaction.
So the target must make a Constitution saving throw. I can do that. It failed. On a fail, the target takes a d6 cold damage and has disadvantage on its next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its turn. But I don't know if that counts. Yeah, 2d6, sorry. I don't know if that counts for natural weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's frozen, right? It's cold and hard to do anything. So, not bad.
Solid damage.
That sounded cold.
And Landis tries to be all cool, and he's like, "Chill out."
All right.
Why did his voice change all weird then?
Yeah, it was 5.
I saw this movie this one time.
Saw play. So traveling.
Some bards came through.
Guys, don't forget, all y'all are in my 10-foot awesomeness. So
We're there.
plus 2 saving throws.
Okay. That is it for Giant Scorpion 5. He is not within melee range, so we will move on to Kogaan, who is blessed.
Yeah, alright. Kogaan bellows out, Kren so sol! And becomes very large. As he increases
Hey,
his
you did
size.
too in your camera.
Yep. Sorry, trying to.
Yeah, it worked great.
There.
You gotta stay like that the whole time you're enlarged.
There we go. And then
It can
I
be
will
hard.
move up here. I guess technically I'm still in the 10-foot aura.
Mhm.
You are?
And then I will use Dragon's Might effect. So this is up. And I make an attack roll with one of my attacks with my flail. Smash! Oh my god. Oh. The 17 hit.
17 hit.
Nice. 2 extra damage here.
Nice.
And I come around again, spin the foot extra hard, slam on top
Tonight,
of it again.
tonight is Kogan's night, people. It's already hitting
Baby.
things.
Well, the bless helps. 15. Hit. Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, nicely done. Nicely done.
All right, that's Kogan's turn for now.
Kogaan, you are beating the snot out of this scorpion. It looks already very badly wounded from your flailing.
I look back to my group. Like I said a couple of days ago, giant scorpions, they're okay.
We got this. All right, Xarmir. Xarmir travels. Up to here to get a little bit of height. While drawing his longbow, and he lets fly an arrow at this giant scorpion that has engaged with Kogaan. He does get a multi-attack, just so everybody knows. He gets 2 attacks with his longbow.
No joke.
Nice.
First shot
Hey.
is a hit.
Nice.
And
I wonder if giant scorpion tastes like crab.
With that spice bag you got, I think you can make anything taste like crab.
We will try something tonight, I think.
he unleashes his second shot at the giant scorpion in the distance. It flies over the scorpion, is lost in the sand behind it. Our second scorpion friend charges forward. Running straight at Corey and Douglan. Douglan, no, you're not in Sentinel. You just have your...
I have both. I have Sentinel and full armor.
So, isn't he within range right now?
Yes,
then?
you could use your opportunity attack if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well, man. I mean, that's what I'm here for.
Up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. You know, I'm just saying, hey.
No, I was about to say something. But thank you.
Well, you usually jump on it before I can even think about it.
Yeah,
so.
like I'm gonna attack. Yeah. Let me. Do a little halberd.
Ooh, nice.
I yell duck right as I swing right-handed over Nightingale's head.
Kogan's. We could produce. We could cook duck too. He's already thinking of how he can prepare scorpion. Is that it for you, sir?
Well, yeah, it was just the.
Yep, his reaction.
Yeah.
All right. Our little scorpion friend couldn't get within range of anyone. So that takes us back to the top of the order with Landis.
Landis will shoot the other giant scorpion that's just coming with another bolt of frost. Oh, bugger. And as with a lot of sucker save spells, it sucks when they save. And I will move my position to here so I can see more clearly the scorpion. That's probably the reason I missed.
Yes, clearly you did not have a good line of sight.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You're 5 feet above everyone, but that doesn't work.
That's it for you, Landis?
That's it for Landis, yeah.
Nightingale. Nightingale, this scorpion it's big pincers, and it's just full speed running at you and Douglan. Its stinger flailing around behind it, ready to turn you into a pin cushion.
Well, we didn't get dressed up for nothing. I will... Using the whip, I will... Sorry?
Whip it.
Whip it good. I move to there, and you hear a large supersonic crack of my whip.
Supersonic. Wow.
Well, that's why it creates the whip crack.
Why it cracks.
The tip of it moves at supersonic speed. Not
Doesn't
that
it
we know
have
it.
reach on it?
It does, but it takes my bonus action, and I'm going to use that to disengage.
Oh, I see.
Ooh.
You're
Seems
super-
to crack against that hard exterior, not really make a difference. I will disengage with my cunning action, and I'll take the rest of my movement to hide behind Douglan.
You mean strategically position yourself for the best?
Well, I got your back, Douglan, literally. And that's the end of Nightingale's foray into combat.
All right. A third scorpion appears up out of the sand and begins its charge towards the party. It seems rather interested in the two up on the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Douglan?
Or dinner.
Blessed Douglan?
Actually, after it's done moving, within 30 feet, I'm going to invoke my Onikrum and try to incapacitate the creature.
All right.
To dreamy stupor. Alright.
Nice.
So he is now incapacitated in a dreamlike stupor. He can
Until
either
it's
An
remove-
incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions. It's just
Right.
kind of sitting there, kind of swaying back and forth.
and he can take damage and not get knocked out of it, but he gets a chance to save after its next turn.
Nice. Very nice.
That is very handy.
All right.
Yeah.
Douglan, is that where you're moving?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay 10 feet.
Okay.
All right, a couple of halberd chunks. Have some.
All right. That thumped the sand and nothing else.
Did I chop off a toe or something?
Nope, thankfully not.
Okay. All right, second beautiful attack, Grace personified. There we go. All right.
Oh, nice. That was quite a connection.
All right. Yeah. That is my turn on.
To the rest of it, it looked like he swung, hit the sand, spun back around, and hit it, and it sprayed sand up in the air. Oh, that looked cool, but didn't really hurt it. But
I was just trying to distract it with the sand.
Gotcha.
That's what I really did. I dug some sand up and then hit it.
yeah,
I don't really know how halberds work.
Corey's behind you, like my eyes, my eyes.
Sorry about that. All right, that's my turn.
All right. Another scorpion rises up out of the sand. And
Oh, we gonna feast on claws tonight.
it charges in on Douglan.
I have my reaction back.
Yeah, you gonna do her?
Yeah.
Stop it from getting in on you.
Yeah.
So at
absolutely.
10 feet.
Yeah.
Are these things 4 squares by 4 squares?
They're giant, right? Giant scorpions.
Well.
They're big.
So
They're
you stopped her dead?
they're like horses with legs.
Yes.
Good damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that with the Sentinel, if it only works, their speed goes to 0 on an 5. Well, no, yeah, it's an
Opportunity attack. The Sentinel
That's
works.
the whole point of it. Yeah,
That's the
so
point of it,
he stops 10 feet away.
Yeah, just out of range of attacking you. Just right at your face.
I got the tip of my halberd like right under its.
Well, isn't the pink outline the size of the thing, or is that its range?
That's its range outside of its size. 5
Isn't that
feet.
only 5 feet?
Yeah,
So it only has a 5-foot range at a giant size?
yeah.
Oh,
just
sweet.
T-Rex arms.
It's got its little. Yeah, it's
The tail,
it's a
though.
T,
The tail might have a
it's a T,
10-foot
it's a
range.
T-Rex.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, we
Tail
gotta
might
watch
have a
out
big-
for the tail though. Tails
Let's
are coming.
see here. No, reach is 5 feet. All of its attacks are just 5 feet.
Ah. Okay, so that pink just shows you its...
It's
Area of
it's the
attack.
area of attack. Yeah.
I thought that was the size of it, but it's just 4 squares. That's why I asked if it was 20 feet by 20 feet. I'm like, God damn, these things are humongous.
No, it's not that full size. That's its attack. So.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
All right.
Little help here, Kogaan?
So
Little help.
our giant scorpion's charge is stopped dead by Douglan, which takes us to Kogaan.
Okay.
Kogaan is majestic right now. He's got runes that are like glowing,
Yeah.
swirling, and
He just stopped a scorpion in its tracks just by giving it a dirty look.
Sort of.
do you
I'm
have like
moving
a
to
rune
here.
under your cloak? You go like, whoop, there's a rune.
I will use one of my attacks to use my metallic Dragonborn special breath weapon. Yeah. So breathes in, breathes out, but it's not fire. You see this like shimmer and like almost near concussive force kind of like distort the air in this cone over top of these two giant scorpions. And I'm attempting to use enervating breath. So each creature in the cone must succeed on a con save or become incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Ooh,
So
dude.
battlefield control master.
we'll see. We'll see if it works. So there's this guy.
I may have to ask him to brush his teeth next time we bunk
Saves.
together.
Just barely. And then this guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dang
they both
it.
succeed. Dang. Okay.
yeah. Right. That's awesome. That is awesome.
And then I'll use my other attack to do my giant smite swing on this guy that's already injured. Come on, baby.
There we go.
Babushka.
Another hit.
Right.
Not bad, not bad. Is that it for you, Kogaan?
That's my turn. Yep. Use the breath weapon.
Nice.
Good forever.
Wow, you got a good success ratio going there tonight.
Thanks for the bless.
Hey, the gods got our back.
Yeah.
All right, Xarmir turns his attention to our incapacitated scorpion there, who is just kind of stomping around in a little space, not sure what it's doing. Lets loose with his longbow. First attack. That is a hit. And his second attack on that same scorpion.
Incapacitated? Aren't they auto crits, or am I?
No. It's different. It's not like that.
Okay, got it.
All right. So he plants 2 arrows deep in this scorpion's exoskeleton.
Nice.
And our giant scorpion number 1 is become very interested in Kogaan, who has come up for a little tangle.
On my shield.
So our scorpion friends get 2 attacks with their claws and 1 with their stinger.
Mm-hmm.
So first claw attack on Kogaan. Hits.
That was lucky. That was lucky.
Oh my word and angels.
The dice are working perfectly.
All right. So with the claw attacks, it's bludgeoning damage, and the target is grappled.
If they're large.
It doesn't make any. This guy's really big, right? So
Okay. Yep.
yeah, it
Sometimes
doesn't
it
make.
depends on
Yeah,
the size.
sometimes it does. So the escape is a DC 12. Scorpion has 2 attacks. So he is going to try a second attack on you.
Mm-hmm.
Misses with the second. You're squirming now, and he's hard to get at you with the second.
By the waist with the one pincer. Like, boing,
And
boing.
now attempts with its stinger on you as its third coming over top, just
Yeah.
and it also misses. You're just squirming
Got that-
so much. It's like I shouldn't have grabbed him. It's too big. He's too big. All right. So that will take us back to the top of the order with Landis. I'm going to throw the grappled on you there just so we remember.
Seeing Kogaan stuck in the pincers of this scorpion, Landis blasts his frostbite at that one.
Alrighty.
He fails. That's right.
I love how you're using a frost thing so it uses blue dice. I just love that.
That's
And it's the target takes the cold damage and has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay.
Just one of the attack rolls.
Is there? Can you drop a condition on it?
It doesn't offer me that.
Okay.
Just
Probably
gotta
'cause
yeah.
it's one attack.
First
Yeah.
attack is at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that.
Is that it for you,
And-
Landis?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my position there with Xarmir kind of popping arrows and me dropping frost. It seems to be a working combo.
Absolutely. That takes us to Nightingale. So Nightingale, you just watched Douglan basically with his halberd stop this charging scorpion dead in its tracks. And
Pretty epic. Okay. I will. So as Corey's kind of, see him kind of starts moving up towards this giant scorpion. And as he's passing by Douglan, he's like, Douglan, get ready to smash this thing. And he takes his whip and whips towards the creature's legs. It don't need its legs.
a little Lord of the Rings reference. Oh,
Yeah, baby.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Boom.
Okay, hang on.
What does 3 tell us? Just a normal crit.
Yes.
This thing's one size larger than me or more than that?
One. Yeah.
One size
It'd just
larger
be
than
one
you.
size larger?
Yeah. You're medium, it's large.
Okay, I'm just gonna whack it with me. Now, would I get sneak attack on this?
No.
No, it's
Fine,
not.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
It's not
That's okay.
engaged with Douglan right now.
Whew.
Well done.
Oh, that one hurt it right in its scorpion jumblies.
So one of the characteristics of Valamor's whip is the end turns into a spike just
Yeah.
at the moment that it snaps. So it does pretty good
Yeah,
damage.
Sorry.
Hasty damage.
So how does the scorpion like a spike of its own up its ass, huh?
Yes, indeed. That was
Yeah. He
Corey's
ain't the only
sting.
one that's got a sting.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to grapple it and knock it prone, but it's a strength contested maneuver, and I'm pretty sure this thing would whoop my little two-legged butt.
Maybe.
That's fair. It is a giant scorpion.
I will use my cunning action to disengage, and I will move my 15 feet back here.
Okie dokie.
And that's the end of Corey's maneuvers.
Okay, that takes us to Mr. Giant Scorpion 11, who is currently incapacitated. Do you have the
Yeah, I got it handy.
save? Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice work.
Incapacitato.
He will continue to kind of stomp around, not really kind of confused, not sure what to do.
Is it like, are these like a whole bunch of sets of like runes just circling above its eyes?
Circling
I
above
would
its
say
head.
if you look closely, the silver ring on Kogan's hand, the band, is like glowing quite a bit.
Cool.
With the
on it.
runes.
So
Nice.
it's currently active. Yeah.
I love it.
Which takes us to Mr. McKayne.
The devil knows now, but he's got his range now, right? He's been holding it, pulls it back. Whoosh.
Which one? The one that's injured?
No, the
he
one in front of you.
stopped.
Trying to
The
keep
one
that
he
at bay.
stopped. Yeah.
Yeah. Goblins there, and number 2. New.
Don't forget about your bonus attack, Polearm Master.
Missed with
Yeah.
your second.
Yeah, I guess I could. That doesn't take the reaction, right?
Oh, it's bonus action.
No, that's your bonus action.
Copy that. All right.
Reactions are generally out of turn.
We'll take a little more nibble off here. Taking off the smaller pinchers. All right, and then I'm gonna move back right there.
All right.
And I taunt him a little bit. With my halberd, I say, come on, come on.
Dear God, don't bring it closer. What do you think I moved away for?
Is that it
Stay
for you,
behind the
Douglan?
line. Yes, sir.
All right, that takes us to Giant Scorpion 6, who finally gets an opportunity to charge in on Douglan.
Sort of.
Right into
Maybe.
his halberd again?
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right, I'll move forward
gonna jump.
5, and we'll see what happens.
Swing!
Oh, come on, come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
She's again
man.
just...
Oh,
He's like
good,
not
good.
learning, right? It's like a dumb scorpion, like just keeps going forward and stops. And anyway, I'll take it. That's why I moved back. That's
All
why
right.
I moved back, Nightingale.
Excellent. Excellent. Kogaan.
All right.
Blessed Kogaan.
Grappled in this pincer. It's like easier to hit you with. And I'll take a swing with my mighty flail. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some dragon's might damage on there.
He's just holding you close enough so you can hit.
And that D6 just been doing you dirty
It's
all
funny. Every
night.
time I've rolled with the giant smite damage, either one of the dice has always rolled a 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I think I'm gonna try to use my fire breath for my other attack and hit both of these guys.
Nice.
So if I
You've
target
got a
both
talented mouth
Yeah.
there.
and then
Kogan.
drop the save, should it try to auto save for both of them?
I
And
believe
then-
so. If you
and then when I roll
click
it-
if you click then the save, they should both try and...
Awesome. I guess we're having barbecue.
All right.
They both failed. They're both
Kogan,
barbecuing.
Fire, dude.
Nice.
Well, you just got dropped. Or let go, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably didn't even fall. He just
No, I mean he's big against the big, so
Oh yeah. Large
his
on large.
his grapple on you just released as his claw hit the ground. Pincer hit the ground.
I'll say, Douglan, do you have this?
I think I'm okay, lad. Go.
All right.
We'll take care of that other one.
And then
He's got my backup.
I'll get over in position here. Get ready to start wailing on this stupid guy.
All right,
That's
is that
the
it for
turn.
you, Kogaan?
Yep.
All right.
Go.
Xarmir continues to pepper this scorpion with arrows. He hits again. Ooh, that one goes deep inside the scorpion's body. His second longbow shot. Oh no! That one
Drops
just
his bow.
that one just is a misfire and shoots off into the distance.
He gets that classic like bowstring on the forearm.
Ow! 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 I actually remember that a few times that I've shot a bow. Goes down your forearm and oh. All right, that takes us back to the top of the order, Landis.
Well, I think I'm going to try to assist Kogaan as Douglan and Tori seem to got this other one pinned down pretty good. So I will hit the old Scorpion with my Frostbite.
I was like skipping along on the 20 for like 3
That
rounds.
is a hit.
That's a fail. That's its save.
Oh, sorry. I yep. Success is not a
And-
successful hit. That's a successful save.
Does it take half damage?
No,
Oh, no, it
it's
doesn't.
yeah, it's fail, man.
Save or
It's-
suck.
Save or suck. Okay, that's it for Landis.
Okay. Nightingale.
Blessed be thy name.
He darts out from back behind Douglan and lets leash a mighty whip.
Quick crack when his mad tail. Oh,
Damn it, there was sand in my eyes.
Of course there was.
Well, you're right-handed and you couldn't get the proper because I was right behind you.
I
Sorry
will
about that.
disengage and move back, giving Douglan space to back up.
Nice.
Hey, I catch on quickly, Douglan.
Oh, Douglan is very impressed.
And that's,
Because, you know, when we have downtime, he's always talking tactics.
oh yeah.
So he is like a proud papa right now.
All right. You want to try our save for Mr.
Yep.
11?
Ah, darn it.
but that's the end of his turn.
Yeah, that's at the end of his turn.
Yeah.
So, but he is no longer incapacitated.
The rune goes out on my ring.
Incapacitated.
So now it's Douglan's turn.
Loads. Oh, yeah, me.
It goes to Douglan, yes.
All right.
Oh, Dougie boy, the scorpions are calling.
Oh, that was so close to being a 20. Still a hit.
Oh, stop going easy on him.
That one does not have very strong halberd damage, but he's there. He's there. All right.
Second
And then
attack
Toying
is
with
a
these
miss.
things.
little return one. All right.
Nice.
Hey, listen. Every little bit counts, people.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Right in the
Kill him
eye.
with-
In your exact words, every little bit counts. The back end of the halberd takes it down, pops
And
it right in the
is-
head, and that's it. It's out.
I do believe you were just toying with that thing.
Yes. There we go. Move over there. His knees are not enjoying running in the sand, though. You do hear like distinct popping going on. And he's,
All right,
like, cursing.
Kogaan, what do you have?
I'm gonna move up here slightly. And then keep on flailing away.
I love it.
That's just
Hey,
good.
no more ones, please.
Nice,
Yeah.
Better.
nice.
Pack number 2. Oh.
Well, that one just missed.
That'll be my turn.
All right, Xarmir. Let's fly a couple of more arrows at this thing. First arrow misses. He too had sand in his eyes.
There's lots of it.
Occupational hazard.
Oh, two
Yeah,
duds just pounding in the sand around this scorpion's body. And we are back at the top of the order, Landis.
Landis.
I will let go some mighty frost. And
You
he
are
failed.
A failure. That's cool.
And it will have disadvantage on its next attack.
Excellent.
And Landis kind of jumps down and moves beside Corey.
Alrighty.
That's the end of his turn.
Nightingale.
Nightingale kind of moves to here, and as he's kind of walking, he puts his whip away and just draws his bow, and is kind of just. Would that be my action? Switching weapons?
Yeah,
didn't
because you're
drop it.
putting your whip away and
Yeah.
pulling out your bow.
Yep. So he'll just stand there, ready for anything to pop out of the sand again.
Alright. Giant Scorpion 11. First attack
I'm-
at
you
disadvantage.
guys got this. You guys
At
got this.
disadvantage. It makes a claw attack on...
No, it saved its.
No, that's from my frostbite. It gets disadvantage on the first attack.
No, I thought it saved though.
No, it failed.
No, it failed.
Oh, right on.
It's saved on your effect.
No, I know that.
Yeah, it was one of the other ones that saved before.
Cool.
Alright.
Literally.
Yeah, cool. Literally. Alright,
So-
disadvantage on its first attack against Kogaan.
Well, that was good. That worked.
It misses. Yes, it worked very well. Second claw attack on Kogaan. Also misses. And a final sting attack as the stinger comes flying over top.
Catch it in your teeth. Who does?
This is nice.
Catches it in its teeth. Well, now, also misses with its stinger. Douglan.
I'm just gonna scooch up because he can't see anything other than Kogan's large frame.
A few more hits, Douglan, and then we will make Scorpion tonight.
Excellent. He's gonna squeeze it right there. And do a couple of those.
That's a good one. Let's do max damage now. Come on.
Come on, come on.
Unnecessary.
You drop
Under your
the
armpit.
last scorpion.
All right.
That was well
Everyone
played,
okay?
gentlemen. Well played.
That was fun.
Everyone okay?
We used strategies and everything.
Yeah.
We did.
Xarmir looks over, kind of looking around, looks over the group, and he says, "You fight well, friends. We will do good in this desert."
Thank you. You're very skilled with a bow. I did not expect you to have training. That is very welcome.
Xarmir, should we be expecting more of these suckers, or you think?
The desert carries many, many surprises. We must be ready at all times. As we get deeper into the desert, hazards such as this one have the potential to be much more plentiful.
Douglan, out of force of habit, goes over to the scorpions and he looks at the stinger and he's starting to take it off and then he realizes that Lafferty's not here. He doesn't really need all of these.
Doesn't need to
things.
collect
So
parts.
he just kind of throws it down and wipes off the blade and walks back to the group.
Yeah, I don't think that part's good for eating, Douglan.
I would
Well-
like to cut a giant claw, if I may,
Absolutely. Hack away.
and I'll haul that along. See if we end up making camp tonight or something, and there's an opportunity to have a fire. Maybe we'll try.
Corey's like, I'm going to be able to get some of that later, right?
Of course.
Me and you.
But if it is too dangerous to have a fire, then of course we will just have to leave it. But
The thing with the Sea of Sand is wood is difficult to find.
of course.
Like, I mean, you can see the shrubberies around and that you can find it, but it is difficult to find a lot of wood for a fire in the desert here.
Maybe I should just leave it. I would just.
Can't you just breathe on it and cook it?
I do not want to. You know, those. It is fun to have a fiery breath, but it is. I'll like to use it more for dangerous circumstances. And
Probably not very sanitary either. You breathing on our food like that.
I'm not sure. It is perhaps. I've never tried cooking with it either. It might just singe the outside, but it would be raw in the middle. And I just, first time cooking it, I want to make sure it's well cooked. And...
Fair enough.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Okay, gents,
But-
I think this is a good spot to take our first little breather of the night.
Tea time.
We'll take a quick break and
Literally.
yeah, could be tea time, it sounds like. And we'll be back here shortly.
Sweet.
Sounds good.
Okay, we are back after our little fray with some desert scorpions. Let me get rid of this map for our friends at home.
Kogaan's cleaning scorpion juices off his flail.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a rag out.
Well, that first one, you bashed it good. You just about killed it with that first round of thumping. So that was cool. Okay. You gather yourselves back up. And Xarmir heads off back down the way that you were traveling. Over the next... so this was... You're kind of noonish now.
Yeah.
So it's the hottest point in the day. You're all quite... you're all quite drenched in sweat, even from this short little battle that you just had. Consuming lots of water. And over the next few hours, the terrain really starts to become a sandy desert, where you're really now getting into traveling over dunes, up over a dune, down and around, and you're really getting into a full sand desert. Barry, you had something to say there?
Yeah, so Landis has the survival skill. Am I able to kind of, like, I want him to be watching for signs of, like, orc patrols. Right?
Okay.
Like, they're going to be clearly in numbers, so, and not being native to this area, they should leave signs if they are moving around, I know
Yep.
it's hard in sand, but
Yeah, and that's what I was
I
going to
can
say. I mean, you
assist
can definitely do that, but
Yeah.
the way this desert is constantly shifting and moving, and
yeah.
it'll be tough.
I'm proficient, if that helps, if I can assist.
Same.
Yeah,
There
you
you
can
go.
all be on the watch for any sort of signs of travel, movement, footprints,
Yeah,
junk left behind, anything
exactly.
that
Just anything. Just kind of as we're only about halfway there already, so maybe.
You
Just keep
should,
it aware.
You should be arriving at the Scar around what would be supper time.
Okay.
For 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah. So you continue through the afternoon, Just for housekeeping purposes, I'll get everybody to remove 1 day's rations that you've been consuming through the day. Water is not a big deal. You do have like I said, there's lots of places to stop for water, and you also have Kogaan's decanter. So we won't worry too much about water. As
You
you're
guys
getting...
look back.
Sorry?
Corey's got scorpion all around his mouth where he's been sucking on this claw behind Kogan's back. Like,
Gross.
Thank
That's
God
Good
it was a
raw?
claw.
Maybe it is good
Thank-
raw.
Yeah, and these particular giant scorpions, their poison sacs are in their claws.
You're like,
This
interesting.
is fluid. This should be good.
yeah, it's moist.
As we approach late afternoon, Xarmir kind of crouches down behind one of the dunes to get out of the wind a little bit, gathers everybody. He says, we are getting very close to the scar. We will reach it within the next 30 minutes or so. It is important moving forward that we are as stealthy as possible. From my personal observations, the orcs do not spend very much time away from the scar. They seem quite content to patrol just a very small area around their encampment. Is there any questions before we move forward? In the next few hours, we will see the night storm brew up, which should give us some additional cover as we reach the area.
Does the night storm last all night?
Always.
Through the whole night?
I don't want to sound like a scaredy cat, but are we going to have some place to get cover, Xarmir, that we won't be bunk mates with these orcs?
There is a cave that is not far from the scar that I am confident I will be able to find even in the storm. We will be able to escape to there if necessary.
Oh, so the storm grows in intensity,
It does.
so we can start moving in the storm a little bit and then find shelter.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, then
It
let's...
is- The night storms are intense, but you can travel through them. The issue with the night storms is navigation. You cannot see the stars, and you cannot see very far ahead of you, but I have worked this area through most of my life. I am confident that even in the night storm, I will be able to find the cave.
Okay. Well, backup plan is Landis has a magical hut for us of some sort.
That is correct. If we are in need, I can magically create us a protected area. I'm just uncertain that we won't end up under a significant amount of sand the next day. We will cross that bridge when we get there.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
All right. Well, I will stay far in the back because I am not so good at stealthing. My plate armor is.
I do
Going
believe, Kogaan, you and Douglan should maybe
Yes.
keep us within eyeshot, but don't get too close. Let me and Xarmir here get up and have a look. And Landis, you, well, you're not so bad. You stay back with them too, you know.
If
Just to
only
be
we
on
had
the safe
something that we could send ahead. An animal or.
Like an owl, perhaps.
side. Well, I could
Handy.
send Hero, but it would take him a bit of time to get
Oh,
there.
that's right. You do have a familiar, but he is a spider?
That is correct.
You don't want to change his form.
I would have to.
Too many
It's-
resources.
Yeah, I can send him once we get within eye shot of him.
Well, we will see. It might not be necessary, of course, but you know, we'll be
I
careful.
do like that line of thinking, though.
Okay.
Xarmir, let's get a rolling.
You're muted. Colin, you're muted.
We can't hear you, Colin.
I thought maybe for the rest of the session you'd just read lips.
Mm.
You guys could take turns figuring out what I was
A
saying.
new challenge.
A new challenge, yes.
27 words, 132 syllables.
Okay, Xarmir asks that you travel in single file, as that will help hide your numbers if orcs do find your tracks. And within an hour or so, the sun is just starting to set. The night's windstorm is starting to build. And Xarmir says, over this next dune is the scar.
Well, let's see what we can see.
Okay, gents, I have for you a map that will make this easier to visualize. Where you are, where everything else is. I will bring this up here if you give me just a moment. Now, Xarmir, so as you're kind of crouched down on the backside of this dune, Xarmir describes what you're going to see on the other side of the dune. He says, there are 3 tents. In the middle, they generally have a fire pit that they use to cook their food. Just to the northwest of their encampment, you will see the scar itself. In my experience when I was here on my first attempt to rescue a Landis, I did determine that they generally only have a single orc that will patrol the area during the night storms. This is our best time in terms of going undetected into the encampment. All right, I'll share the map with you.
Xarmir, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
I mean, do these orcs just attack on sight? Are they just mindless evil? Is there any negotiation? Is there any redeeming quality, or is it just they're just on you?
They are just on you. I have heard no mention of them allowing anyone to live beyond their encounter.
Would Douglan know of other orcs?
About other orcs?
Like,
Or about the Iceborne orcs?
I mean, yeah, others. Basically, I guess I'm trying to set up the all orcs are evil, dichotomy here.
I think what we know about Iceborne orcs,
yeah,
they're probably not gonna be.
They have a reputation of killing first and asking questions later.
Got it. Okay.
The
Douglan looks-
the Iceborn. The Iceborn are very driven in whatever their objective is. Everything else doesn't matter. When the Iceborn orcs say they are going to do X, they are going to do X or die trying to do X.
Got it. Okay.
So where's the scar?
Towards
Beyond
the top of the map.
That little rocky thing?
That cluster up there of crystal is what it
Oh,
is.
okay.
That is what they refer to
Right there?
as that is what
Okay.
they refer to as the scar. It's just a big mound of crystals all coming out of the sand.
Expecting something more grand. I guess I haven't seen it yet. Cody, do you have a... Because you and Alanis went to school together, he gives you a wink. Do you have any special ways of communicating? Like, would you be able to, like, if you snuck near the camp, could you sense her in a tent or something like that?
If I got
Is there a, do you have a special bird call or something? Or, I don't know.
allow me to review my character sheet just to make sure I don't have anything that I am forgetting since last time we played.
Everyone, character sheet.
Okay. Corey will be like, let me just, sorry guys.
No, that's okay. While you're just perusing there, so you guys can position yourselves however you want. You don't necessarily have to be in the line there. The dunes that is directly east of you, its peak sits at about 10 feet. And then it peters down as it goes southeast to the ground there. So I think you can kind of, all those peaks in the dunes around you average between about 7 to 10 feet.
Okay.
And then
And the storm is setting in right now?
it is very much so.
So what are we looking at? Like heavily obscured?
Yes.
So if it's like super, like we could probably get up pretty close. Even
Yeah, like right
armor
now,
wouldn't even be
everybody
that
has disadvantage on perception due to
yeah.
the storm.
Well, if I can get pretty close, about 30 feet or so, I might be able to tell where she's at. But that's the best I can do.
Okay.
Landis is like, I could potentially let Hero investigate in the tents.
Yes, Hero could go underneath a flap,
A spider in amongst of this storm is...
see how many
Pretty-
orcs are in each tent, even.
Now, hopefully Hero doesn't blow away. I don't know if that's going to be an issue.
Well, let's put it this way. If Hero went to the top of a dune, he would probably come down somewhere in the ocean. But if he stays low, like, off the dunes themselves in the valleys, yeah, he could scurry wherever he wanted to go. And then just,
Okay. Yeah.
a couple of
Let's-
desert lizards would make him into a good lunch.
Just like, not the environment to be a small spider. What now? Just out of curiosity's sake, would Hero be able to hang on to an arrow that was shot?
No, that would move too fast.
What if I tied him to it?
I was gonna say tie him to the arrow. Oh shit! I went and picked up my javelin. Damn
Yeah,
it!
We
Okay.
always say you pick up half your ammunition.
As an experienced warrior, we
Yeah.
assume you pick it up.
Yes, you can time to my javelin.
Yeah,
At 100
yeah.
feet.
Douglan's like, oh crap! I just got to run back to where we were there.
Yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
Just give me 12 hours.
Should be
Yeah.
back in a day, no problem.
Yeah.
So on this map, Colin,
Yes.
which way is the wind blowing currently?
I think if you look at the map, you can see it actually blowing on the map.
It blows northeast, technically.
Yeah,
So it's blowing from
it's
Left to
blowing
right.
sort of left to right in a general upwards direction. If you look at it,
so we're downwind from these orcs.
you're
Yeah, they have to
you're
smell it.
upwind of them right now.
We're upwind of them because it's going. The wind's going northward.
Yeah.
Our scent is being carried along.
If you guys are scented, yeah, definitely. But
then again, it's a lot of dust. And
it's a
debris
lot
and,
of blowing dust and debris and
Can't
stuff
see
right
anything
now.
else.
So
Okay.
don't
Okay.
as much.
Good.
yeah, that's not
curious.
much of a concern in the sandstorm.
My guts have been awful since that desert sting
Since-
rum. I'm
since
just
you-
making sure.
Oh, I thought maybe since you ate the scorpion.
Well,
You see, you're like the sand, like lightly pinging off of Douglan and Kogaan's armor.
Yeah. Sandblasted.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can. Well, let's get some eyes on what we can see,
Mm-hmm.
and then approach as stealthily as possible and see how this goes.
Do you send in hero?
Yeah. I'll send him out to crawl on the ground.
Great.
Yeah, as
I'm
long
gonna
as,
go
he's,
and,
as long as he stays low, he should be able to maneuver.
Tuck at the base of this dune. here.
He'd have to basically run to the bottom of that
Yeah.
dune and circle around back towards the camp.
Yeah. So he'll booker. He is sprinting and he has a move speed of 30.
Okay.
So he can do 60. So that's kind of, he's just going to follow that dune, and that's kind of what you're hoping for?
Yeah. We're not like in turn base right now. Or
Nope.
anything, right?
Nope, not at
Okay.
all. All right. So are you in the mode where you are basically hero?
Well, I have to be within 100 feet of him.
Oh yeah, you're
So
within
Come to the
100
base
feet.
of the dune
Yeah.
where we are. Not snuggle in.
If I go about there, I should be.
Yeah, so
yeah.
like as you
Good
get
for
into
it.
that area, you'd have to stoop to stay down below the
Yeah.
dune.
Landis is an adventurer. He'll army crawl, like.
Yep.
I might
That gets
be a
you-
wizard, but I'm pretty good.
Access to all 3 tents from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so hero, as you come around the corner, you see that there is 3 tents. You can see them in the distance. You can see this large crystal structure coming up out of the sand.
Cool.
You are able to see a single orc who appears to be cooking something on a small fire outside the tents. From your general proximity, 2 of the tents are roughly the same size. One looks a little smaller. The one towards the west, we'll call it, looks a little smaller than the other 2.
Hero will move towards the smaller one first. And keeping the tent between him and that iceborne orc, even though he is a tiny spider,
Yeah,
I will crawl up
see
to
it.
the edge of that tent and try to
And
work
it's
my
night.
way in.
Okay.
Just
You're
to see what I can see.
Yeah, you're able to find a spot to crawl under the edge of the tent. It's staked down, or actually it's buried rocks in the sand with rope to help. But when you peek inside, the tent has a couple of sleeping rolls on the ground inside it. It's pretty sparsely furnished. There is a large a large chest up against the tent. in the middle of the tent where the pole goes up, there's a table that's kind of around the central pole, with a couple of chairs. And standing at the table, looking down at the table, clearly quite focused on whatever is on the table, is Alanis.
Tied up.
She is chained to the ground in some manner.
Oh, okay. I thought she was like looking over
Collusion
a
with the
map.
ice works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Wait a
jaw
sec.
drop. Okay, I'll pick it up. Oh, she's chained. Okay, I was just like, oh, betrayal.
Betrayal. Yeah, the chain goes into the sand, so you assume potentially they buried something and she's chained to it. And
Any orcs in there?
no orcs. The only one in the tent seems to be Alanis.
Now, Landis can relay this to us, right?
Yeah, you
Barry?
can talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, listen, man, let's cut the back flop and get her out of there.
That would seem an easy way. Shall we try to remove Alanis without disturbing the peace?
Well, see if you can see how many other orcs there are first.
Okay. I will.
Remind me, Barry, you can hear through here.
You're familiar. It's within 100 feet of you. You can communicate with it telepathically. Additionally, as an action, you can see through its eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn, gaining the benefits of any special senses that familiar has.
Okay.
But during that time, I am deaf and blind.
Yeah, so you
can also cast
in and
through the familiar, right? For touch spells.
I can do a touch spell
Yep.
through it.
Okay. Hero does hear kind of the yelling and laughing and talking nearby. Potentially from those other tents.
Landis will relay what he is sensing and send Hero to this tent.
Okay. You find a little spot that you can peek under. Inside looks to be somewhere around 6 to 8 Iceborn orcs. They seem to be engaged in some sort of card game and drinking and laughing and carousing and just basically they're just they're all crowded around that table that's around the center pole. Theirs is a bit larger. All around the outside of the tent are sleeping rolls and backpacks and weapons and everything. Clearly the belongings of the Iceborn that are currently in this tent. It's hard to get an exact number on them for Hero because you can't see past the backs of the ones that you're looking directly at.
They are gigantic compared to.
Yes.
That'd be a weird thing to see. Like.
Xarmir,
it's like being a halfling, being a halfling and seeing a frost giant.
Xarmir, is it fair to say that once you go down for the night, you stay in there, right? Not a lot of heading out of tents, if you will.
Yes, for the most part, the desert is quite unforgiving to most at night. I would believe that these orcs would stay out of the weather during the night.
How long do we have until we have to set up?
The sun will be fully set within an hour, and it will be dark.
I think we should make our move.
If we're going to do this, we should do it very soon. Can you check the last tent?
Nightingale, come in it, please. You remember that ring I gave you? That platinum ring?
I do believe I remember. It was beautiful.
Well,
It was a touching moment.
as you know, if you got that on and I got that on, I can protect you a little bit more. If need be, give it to your friend there, okay? We can get close. At least I can give her another layer of protection because she's got nothing. Okay?
That
Keep that in
sounds
mind.
like a good plan. I have no idea what condition she could be in.
Hero, as you are scurrying along, the orc here walks up to the wood pile and starts collecting. It doesn't notice you up by the edge of the tent. It's just collecting wood here.
Whew. I let
Would
out a
always
little
be spiders.
squeal.
which is unheard by everything. You look under. You find a way under to look under this tent. Very similar situation. Roughly the same number, somewhere between about 6 and 8 orcs crowded around a central table. Landis, you do notice one of the orcs that has its back to you is noticeably larger than the others. And when you watch the behavior of the other orcs, it's immediately noticeable that there is some sort of dominance there. Like, they tend to joke and slap each other around and that, but nobody is touching this big guy with his back to you.
I will relay that to the group. Looks like we got the leader in that far tent. I'm going to send Hero back to watch the entrance to Alana's tent. And if I can, I'll give you guys as much warning as I can. But now would be a good time to move in. See if we can get her out. I think if we kind of move our way up directly parallel to the tent and then cross the dunes that way, we might be able to get in and out without being noticed.
Yeah, like sort of, is there a flag button?
Like that?
Yeah, sort of like that, yeah.
Shall we?
I think perhaps Kogaan and myself, we stay close, but not too close.
Like near the top of this other dune, so
Yeah,
that
you guys
we
can hide
charge
between
down
the two dunes.
Yeah, if necessary, we can rush down.
Yeah.
And
Is
maybe
the movement hindered in this sand?
Nope.
No, it's not difficult terrain.
The sand is gritty enough that you don't sink. It's like walking on a typical sandy beach. It's harder to do, but you can still make your way fine. Your feet just move around in it a little more, but not enough. The main thing right now is just everybody's perception is at disadvantage due to the sandstorm.
So Hero will move around the back side of this tent so that he can see the entrance to where Alanis's tent is. So like
Nice.
maybe like there. I know that's kind of a half square, but he's small. And then once he's in that position, Landis will get his sight and vision back, but if someone is moving into that tent, Hero will just communicate telepathically that someone is moving to the tent.
Okay. This orc returns with wood, chucking it back in the fire. He's got some sort of something he's roasting kind of like on a spit there that he's tending to.
probably giant squid.
His Hero can see that As right now, this orc's attention is pretty focused on whatever he is trying to prepare in the little
Hero-
sheltered area made by the tents.
We didn't happen to see that other guide anywhere, did we? That got taken. No, eh?
What's on the pit?
Yeah, that other guide.
Yeah,
Ew.
looked like overcooked tiefling.
So Corey's gonna head up this way and then over to here, trying to be as stealthy as I.
You're
need
all
to
going to
be.
kind of position yourselves over there. Now, Landis, how do you move? Do you disengage from Hero?
Yeah, he can pop in and out.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I said, I got my senses back, but I can still communicate with him telepathically. So
Gotcha.
I just don't see what he sees. He just says, "Danger! They're going to the tent." My brain alarm goes off.
Okay, Cody, you got this.
You guys got my back. Here we go.
Okay, Xarmir is
Pitter
just
patter.
going to take a position just not quite over the top, just where he can peek over and... All right.
Okay. I will sneaky my way to there.
All right, give us a stealth check. In the tower, please.
Mwah. Mwah. Love power rolls.
Mwahaha.
Dark, it's windy, it's sandy.
Yeah,
They
I'm not
got
too
this.
worried. I'm like doing the worm on the sand, barely leaving
Just
prints.
going down the dune.
Like a sidewinder snake, you're just like,
Yeah.
All right, you are at the edge of the tent.
I'll see if I can hear anything. I know it's going to be impossible, but you never know.
It's
Percep-
pretty hard to hear anything with the howling wind around you.
Then with a dagger, I will start from the bottom and slowly cut it so that it's a hole big enough for me to slip through.
All right. You, as you slip into the tent, Alanis noticed the tent being cut. She is just sort of standing there looking at you enter the tent, and she, seeing Corey Fairbanks,
She knows him.
she says, I'm sorry, but are you lost?
Well, I did take a wrong turn somewhere around the protected lands.
It's good to see you, Corey.
Well, I'd say it's good to see you, but seems like you're not being treated very nice. How'd you like to get out of here and go back for a little desert sting of rum?
Well, the accommodations are average. The food's a little below average. All things considered, I think I'm ready to check out, yes.
Now, it's just you here, or do you know where that other guy's gone?
Unfortunately, he is gone. They killed him several days ago.
Well, now, that's unfortunate, but I guess we can tell him he was supposed to pick up the tab. Now, how do we get you out of here? What do you seem to be tethered to, my dear?
Not much of anything, really. She reaches over and grabs like a regular eating knife. She picks away at this thing on her foot for a second, and it pops open. And she lays the knife back on the table. I've really just stayed here because I was quite interested in what these orcs have been doing. But I do believe I've collected all the information. This must come with us. Nightingale, this right here, this is information that must go back to the college at once.
I'll pop open the old map case and roll up its papers, I would assume.
Yeah, as you go up to the table, it doesn't take much. You can see it's some sort of battle plan. And Alanis says, this is the newest battle plan that the Iceborn orcs have for moving into Easterly. We must get this back to the college.
Well, without further ado, you got your stuff handy, or do you need to borrow?
Unfortunately, it's in there. We need to get that open before we go.
That's the chest.
Yes.
I'll pop out my tools and see if I can't check that thing for some traps before I open her up.
Lana says, it is untrapped. I have watched Oshug open it several times, but it is a bit more than my skill to pick.
Oh, shit. He's not your boyfriend, is he? And I'll give her a wink.
Indeed, no. He is someone that we do not want to return while you are here. So we must work with haste.
I will open up this lock. Do you want me to roll in the tower? Or...
Nope, it's a DC 15 to pick.
I will... You know what? Just so that I don't screw this up and look bad, I will give myself a little prayer and a little divine guidance before I try this.
Won't hurt. Won't hurt.
So that gives me a D4, so I'm gonna put that on myself. And then I will pick this lock. Oh.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
It didn't even give me the D4, but that's okay. I didn't need it.
Alrighty. Okay. First on the table is the Iceborn Orcs map. There is ink, a quill, and some additional empty scrolls. I'm just going to throw all of that into the party sheet should you wish to take any of it with you. Obviously, you're taking the map, but if you decide to grab anything else out of there.
What was that?
Because it says orc on the map, it growled.
Oh, Alanis, I thought that was your stomach.
I'm a little peckish right now. Inside of the chest, as you open it up, there is a sizable amount of coin. You see in there is what appears to be a dragon's bony talon on some sort of leather necklace, like a leather necklace. There's an enormous scale. Guessing by the color, it's from a red dragon.
Oh, Kogan's gonna love this.
There is a dagger which has a strangely icy look about it for the desert. A pouch with quite a few diamonds in it.
I'll swallow those so they can't get them.
Oh, God.
right out of Conan. Just keep swallowing. I will throw all of this in. Well, first of all, are you? I'll throw
Taking
it
all.
Okay.
I got a bag of holding. I'm pretty good.
All right, all of that is in the party sheet. You can. I guess we're just gonna if you can, anything you want to take, you can drag it to your character sheet.
How do you open the party sheet?
So the party sheet is upper right-hand corner. Looks like a crowd of people standing together above a magically induced victim.
Go.
And then just go to the inventory tab, and you can see all the loot that is.
So, are we going to make me put it all in mine and then disperse it? Or can people just grab what will generally go to them?
Why don't
Well,
we
right
leave
now
it
you got to grab it all. You got to grab it all. Take it out of here.
Don't worry about
Okay.
it after. Yeah.
Also, in the chest was all of Alanis's gear, which she quickly throws her armor back on, all that good stuff, her weapons. It was all sitting in there.
Excuse me?
I mean, you can disperse. You may not want the ink or the quill or the scrolls or whatever, but just.
Oh my goodness. I gotta individually grab these diamonds? Like, what?
You could have grabbed. Well, yeah.
You can't grab
They're
the
on the
whole
party
bundle
sheet.
of them.
Could have grabbed it.
Ah. So I will.
Nightingale's like,
Yeah,
That's-
one,
two
two.
diamonds.
I'm taking them out, polishing them up, like.
You're looking at them. Oh, that's a nice one. Okay.
Okay, that's good for me. Oh, I'll take all that coin too.
Yeah, I can assign that easily once you decide if you don't want
Yeah.
any more of that stuff, then I'll just get rid of the rest of it, and then I'll assign the coin out.
I
It'll
will
go to
quickly-
everybody automatically, but that's fine.
I will quickly writing in Goblin on these extra pieces of paper. Oh, Shug, thanks for the lovely stay, but I had to go.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not sorry, is Landis back to watching the scene through Hero's
Yep.
eyes? I would assume so.
Yeah, once I get back down in there.
The orc gets up from the fire and enters the tent over there.
Ooh.
I will
He
inform
picks up whatever it is he's been cooking on the fire and carries it into that tent.
through a short gesture of finely crafted hand signals and charades. I relay that information to the rest.
Rack of
Okay,
desert
so you're
pride.
not going to take any of the other items then, Corey?
Uh,
The ink, the pouches, the quill, the scroll. You're not taking any of that?
well, okay, fine.
No,
I'll
I don't.
take
I
it.
don't care. I'm just going to get rid of it if you don't, and then I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
like I used the quill and one of the scrolls and the ink to scrawl that message to Oshug.
Yep. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of the rest of this thing. And now I'll just.
Release the
said-
hounds.
4 rings of greater invisibility. And
I don't even.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
So now all the coins went. They're distributed amongst everybody because that's just what it does. But
Yeah.
at least initially, you and Alanis are carrying all of this out of the tent.
And there's extra, so just take it, Barry. Because it has to be even numbers.
Yeah, we'll just
Well,
assign
yeah.
them out
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
So I will then lead Alanis back the way I came. And yeah.
I just quick little bit of housekeeping. That guy disappeared into the tent. Alanis is ready to leave with you. Okay, give us another stealth check.
In the tower?
Please.
Aren't you still guidance or blessed or whatever?
No, guidance is a single roll.
Copy.
And I shouldn't be blessed. None of us should be at this point, so I'll probably go back and take all that off.
Okay, I know it's meta here, but I just so the first time you rolled an 18, you just rolled a 19,
Nice.
which is like a 27 stealth. Like good
I'm like
lord.
serpenting through the sand. You can't even see
Yeah.
me. I got
Yeah.
a straw up for air.
Okay.
Land shark.
So you can head back up, and Alanis travels with you. A little surprised at the large amount of people hiding behind the dunes.
Right,
I see
let's go.
you brought friends. I guess I won't need to carry my own stuff from here forward.
I can carry your things, but miss, we should hurry because the storm is going to get worse.
Xarmir
done.
makes his way around and says, yes, we should get moving. The darker it gets, the more difficult it will be for me to locate the cave during the night.
Let's get a move on then, shall we? I'd hate to keep a lady out in the sand. It's doing terrible things to her hair.
You make your way away from the camp. There doesn't seem to be any type of ruckus that you hear. You know, you're very quickly out of earshot of the camp. It's very close to pitch black by the time that Xarmir gets you to. So it's a rocky. I thought maybe you're just leaving Hero behind forevermore.
No, like warriors pick up arrows and javelins. I pick up hero.
Oh, you can
course.
bamf them away too. You don't even
Yeah.
have to like.
I don't even have to. I just make them disappear and reappear in my pocket.
So this cave, as it were, is just one of the what is now very few sort of rocky outcroppings that are around. It's sort of a cave that's made by the way the rocks sort of have fallen against each other. It's nothing fancy, but it gets you out of the growing storm for the night. And you are there. You guys you got to kind of get down on your belly and shimmy in under these rocks to where the space is. It's pretty cozy in there, but there is room for all of you. Alanis now sort of picks up on the fact that the other
Person is Xarmir.
that the tiefling is Xarmir, and she says, "I thought I told you I could look after myself. Did you bring them?" And Xarmir goes, "No, I did as you instructed. I went on my own. I went my way. But they came looking for me in Buland." And Alanis turns to Corey and says, "Okay, Nightingale, what's the story?"
You had been gone an awful long time, and I've been sent to find you.
And who sent you? The college, I assume?
Do you need a moment, lad? The two of you.
No, this is all
Oh.
fine. I'm just razzing him for coming to my rescue. I had things quite
Yeah,
under
I was-
control, thank you.
I'm
He
sure
said
you
were
did.
helpless. He said you couldn't do anything without him. He said, "Oh, the poor damsel in distress, so by her lonesome, needs a big man to save her." That's what he told me anyway. Isn't that right, Kogaan?
That sounds like Nightingale.
Yeah, the college sent me to find you.
Very well then, thank you, but I do feel it would be pertinent to take a look at this map and discuss what is found with all of you, as I do believe it is and will be relevant to everyone involved here. It would appear, based on a map and discussions that I overheard, that the Iceborn orcs are planning to resume their attacks and their movement into Easterly. There are notes on the map that are unfortunately written in Orc. I am unable to read. I do believe they are additional details of the plan at hand. It is very important that we get this map to the college so that these notes can be deciphered. I'm not sure if anyone here can read Orc, but I do believe that even just the map by itself is very important. If I am reading, and from what I overheard, if I understand the situation correctly, their objective is the steppe.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Why are they here at this scar?
From what I can understand from the conversations that I heard, they are anticipating that a rift will open here again. They have been tasked with ensuring that no one hampers with it opening.
I see.
Whatever
Well-
is to come through this rift, it is their job to ensure that it does.
Well, she is talking with Nightingale. Landis will kind of put his hands on this map, and once per day, I can cast a ritual spell by its casting time.
Okay?
So I will cast Comprehend Languages as a ritual within an action, and as long as I'm touching the material, I can read any written language.
Nice.
So I'll read that.
How long is the ritual take?
Normally, a ritual takes like 3 hours.
So the ability turns a ritual into an action.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Right? That's due to the Awakened spellbook.
Yep.
It says when you, where is it here? Just so our viewers at home,
Scribe stuff.
So the viewers at home understand.
when you cast a wizard spell as a ritual, you can use the spell's normal casting time rather than adding 10 minutes to it. Once you use this benefit, you can't do it again until you finish a long rest.
Excellent. Okay, so Landis on the map. Let me finish. Let you cast the spell.
That's weird. It like displayed it for everybody to read. I just tried to close it.
Yeah,
Cool, yeah.
That's interesting.
Wrong button. Wrong button.
So for the most part, the notes just further describe that the forces that pulled back out of the Sea of Sand will be regrouping with new troops that'll be moving down from the Orcs' homeland, the Frozen Lands. Then they will be... So they sort of captured an eastern channel down through the Barrens. They just basically they fought the Centaur right down through the Barrens along the eastern side, right down into the Sea of Sand. They're moving back now to basically where the mountain range stops dividing the Barrens from Easterly. They will be moving west into Easterly, and their objective basically is to plow a channel right through Easterly to the steppe. So that's kind of confirmed in the notes. Their objective is to take control of the steppe before the end of winter, because they will be at an advantage through the winter months, which we're coming up on. The one note that is of quite interest, it says that the Dark One will bring the Great Freeze ahead of the attack. Whatever that means.
Yeah. Well, Landis will share that with everybody. Well, you were all chatting. I have read the orc and what the DM said.
What the DM said.
The Great Dark One. There is more questions to be answered.
Well, my dear, you're lucky because we can fast track you to get this information where it needs to go. All we got to do is get back to the coast.
Yes. Xarmir turns. We can leave at first light. It will be about a day to get back to Blessa. I suggest we basically backtrack our same route. We will spend the night in Blessa. By the end of the second day, we will be back in Buland. Is that agreeable to everyone?
Xarmir, you don't think anyone in Blessa might be working with these Iceborn orcs?
I do not. The tiefling folk of the Sea of Sand all have a collective hatred of the Iceborn orc invading our homeland.
Rock on. Well then, I recommend we set up a watch and get some shut-eye. Ladies first.
Of course. All right, I am just going to do a little housekeeping here. Get rid of our map for...
Good suggestion, Max. Little scouting reconnaissance with my...
Yeah,
Yep.
that was fantastic.
Better than fighting 15 orcs.
Yes, especially Iceborn orcs.
And
Which-
Yeah.
some-
I
Remember,
will
Douglan,
just,
you
I will
fought an
just tell
Iceborn
you,
orc?
for those that are familiar with orcs, Iceborn orcs are considerably more powerful than a regular orc.
Douglan ran into an Iceborn orc once, and I think he died 7 times.
Oh, I was just
Oh,
letting
that
Brad
one.
That
forget
wasn't
about
even
himself.
Iceborn orcs.
No, I thought that
No.
was. That was just
No.
an orc.
Nope,
And
that
damn
was
owlbear.
a... Yeah, those were just basically orcs, another clan of orcs. That's not even Iceborn orcs.
Yeah. Good times.
Yes, good times. All right. The night is uneventful. As the sun comes up in the morning, as it always does, the night storm dies away, and you're left with just the usual wind and blowing sand.
You don't mind running a long rest, do you?
I don't mind at all. Just give me a moment here. You know, in that Scorpion battle, collectively, you guys took 3 points of damage. Like,
It's all me.
not bad. Not bad.
It was
at
embarrassing.
all.
It was embarrassing. We got hit at all.
Yeah. Drive for perfection.
Awarded you guys a bunch of experience points automatically, I guess. I'll have to check that on the combat tracker going forward. Okay, I ran the long rest. It is morning, and you head out on your way. Now, at Xarmir's suggestion, you guys swing wider of your original path just to keep a little more distance between. He still says, you know, you'll just catch the front end of the night storm before you make it to Blessa, but it'll decrease the chances of you being followed. It's another day of heat and dehydration and drinking lots and eating, and towards early afternoon, as you come through a rocky area, you come face to face with iceborne orcs.
Oh, for frick's sake.
You are once again warned by Valamor's whip as you come through the rocks, so you are not surprised by these orcs that were Xarmir. You know, Xarmir immediately kind of yells to the group that they had to be traveling during the night to have made it to this point. So they clearly took off as soon as it was discovered that Alanis. So they bumbled around in the storm through the night.
So they might be tired. Ooh.
They might be, but they're not.
It's okay. Either are we.
They could absolutely be, but they're not. So
Let's do this.
all right.
Shites off.
We will start out with my so favorite little combat music to make it real. Okay, I will share a map with you. You will find that it is similar to the map because you're in the same sort of terrain. It's, for the record, it's not the same map. It's just I'll share that with
We
the
weren't
group.
judging.
Oh, I felt judged. I'm sorry, I felt judged.
It's sand. It's the desert. It's not a lot of variety.
Variety.
Holy mother of orcs.
I will just position this map for the good folks at home. And then I will throw you on the map. You can kind of see basically where you were.
It's day, right? Daytime.
It is daytime. Yeah, you're not in the storm. All right. I'll throw you good folk here, and you can position yourself. Yeah. So Xarmir basically, yelled to the group that they had to have set out during the night to have gotten this far ahead of you.
See that? We form a spearhead, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what you got going on there. It's very it's got strategy written all over it. Then.
Colin, can you take grappled off of my character?
No, it was a permanent effect.
Permanent grapple.
Yeah.
The picture's still locked onto you.
You're just always walking around
You
now.
guys have just been dragging me by a rope the whole time. Movement 0.
I can do that, thank you.
Movement 0. You're dragging you the whole. Take that thing off, Kogaan. Stop fooling around.
All right, do we have any other housekeeping there? No other effects in place? I think we're clean.
No objections, Your Honor.
Okay, let's roll for some initiatives. We got an Iceborn taking the charge this time. Excellent. Okay. Iceborne Orc 63.
Remember, everyone, concentrated fire.
He is going to dash.
A dead orc is one that can't hit you.
A ratted attack. A ratted attack. Me shooting my gun.
All right, he rushes right into the battle. Unfortunately, that uses all of his movement as a dash. So that takes us to Nightingale. Nightingale, this Iceborne Orc has run right upon you.
I will... Again, his fingers disappear into his pouch, and a flick of liquid hits the trio of gentlemen, and Nightingale utters a prayer to the gods to pay him what is due for a life hard spent, and he blesses his comrades.
Yay.
And then, using my cunning action, I will disengage with this orc right in front of me.
Get away!
Probably wise.
And I fall back to there.
Alrighty. That takes us to Douglan. Blessed Douglan.
Thou art holy, Douglan.
I see a bunch of, you know, quickly that thing moved. He's gonna take, let's see. Alright, I'm gonna cast Aid. Basically, it lasts for 8 hours. Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5. So I get to pick 3 people. I'm gonna pick my boys.
Thank you, thank you.
Nightingale. Wait, did that target him?
Yep.
Yep.
It did, okay. And then Landis.
Oh, thank God for hitting Landis. I could use those hit points.
Alright, looks like everybody got some temporary hit points.
Well, yeah, technically they're not temporary, but
Yeah, keep that in mind. That if you get
Yeah.
healed, you get 5 more. You are
Oh, nice.
buffed,
Buff.
basically.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and then after that, he is going to go into his defensive stance as a bonus action. And sorry, let me take those off. The arrows. Okay, that's my turn. Stay close, lads.
Alright. Iceborne 42 is also going to dash at the party.
They are angry at us, guys.
They are not happy. That little note's in their hand.
You didn't pay your bill.
Alright, and that will take us to Kogaan.
All right. First things first. Kogaan is going to get large.
Pops his Viagra. Boom!
Oh yeah. There. He increases in size. And make that first attack against Iceborne Orc 63.
Visibility is normal, right?
Visibility is as normal as it gets in the desert, but unaffected.
Nice.
Nice. Giant's damage.
Oh, nicely done.
Number 2.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's going to be bad for that guy.
Oh,
Holy smokes, buddy.
Nicely
Who
done,
is this
Kogaan.
warrior amongst us?
Just
He feels better when
smashes
he's
him
blessed,
into
I
a
guess.
pulp.
All
Nicely
right.
I would like to
done.
think it's all the sparring they do. I'm just saying.
I just like to think, you know.
and go up here and get in this guy's grill. All right, that's my turn. Good start.
Very good start. Alanis is going to
Get up on some rocks.
she gets
Get to the
herself a
upgrade.
little bit of height. She has a short bow that she draws, and Alanis Geary. No, she's just a single. So she takes a single shot at this iceborne orc. And she misses. Well done, Alanis. Alright. Our Iceborne Orc 13 will dash into the foray.
You got 10 for me? Oh no.
No. I don't
Because
know.
it's diagonal, it'd be 15.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you
I
play
believe.
by those rules, which we do. Alright, Xarmir. What are you gonna do here, Xarmir? He is going to... Okay, he is going to dash. He's trying to get to some high ground so he can start pelting these guys in the distance, drawing his bow and notching an arrow ready to unleash on his next turn. Landis.
Let's try this out. Landis will basically, you see he draws up a bunch of magical energy and then looks to that pack of 3 orcs off in the distance and directs the energy towards them, and as it's flying towards them it starts to swirl in this like crazy pattern, and they all become entranced by it as he casts hypnotic pattern at them.
Nice.
What's the range on hypnotic pattern? You're good?
120 feet,
Okay,
Holy
you're-
shit.
that's a long ways. You're good.
and it's a 30-foot cube, so
Yeah, you can get all
I'm
of them.
pretty sure I can get all
oh yeah,
3
you
in.
can get all of them. No problem.
So Landis, am I on Landis? Boop, boop. Let's see if I can target them all. No! Why is it doing this to me? I don't want Nightingale. I want Landis. Why is it always doing that? Okay, whatever. We'll do it manually. So I gotta, unfortunately, cast it. Or maybe if I click on him. Now,
It
There we
targeted
go.
that guy.
sorry, I gotta click on the guy on the map, not the, And I will cast that spell. So here's their save. Let's hope it works.
At least a couple.
All 3 failed. They're all
3 failed. All three of them have just gone to the Grateful Dead.
Incapacitated land.
Grateful Dead concert. Yep.
And they don't get a chance to save after each turn. Do they? In this
We
one?
see on a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by this spell, the creature is incapacitated and has 0 speed. The spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage, or if someone else uses their action to shake them from their stupor.
Very powerful. And you're concentrating on that?
That is
it's a
something I'm
concentration
concentrating on.
spell,
Landis basically says, I've got the 3 far off occupied. Let's take rid of these buggers
nice.
on our nose.
Very
Front
nice.
step. And that will be Landis' turn.
All right. You want to on-target those just so that... Oh, it's not going to make any difference anyway. Never mind. That'll go away. All right. Our first orc is incapacitated.
Incapacitate.
Orc 62 is incapacitated. Orc 67 is incapacitated. Which takes us back to the top of the order with Nightingale.
Let me see. We got... My boys got this stuff. I will, you know what? It's time for me to flex my little, Bardy magic muscles. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on Iceborne Orc 3. So, Corey Fairbanks begins to whisper, and these, like, mumbles fly towards this Iceborne Orc, and it just begins to penetrate in his brain like a Britney Spears song that you can't get rid of.
Hit me maybe one more time.
Oh man.
So basically it says
I did it
here,
again.
a whisper of distant melody, one creature of your choice within range, 60 feet, he's well within range, is racked with terrible pain. You must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far away as possible.
Nice.
So I will hit it with the save. It failed.
Woo!
I'll hit it with the damage.
These are wild.
And it must use its reaction to move as far away from me as possible.
And so that would be as a dash, I guess.
Yeah. As far
Well, no,
as
it can't
its
really
speed
take it
allows.
out.
It's just its movement
It would
speed.
just be its movement.
Yeah, it's one reaction.
It does
Okay.
not move into obvious danger, such as a fire pit or anything.
Yep.
What's awesome about it is it can provoke opportunity attacks.
Yeah. None of them were close enough, but
Okay. He's running.
it buys us more time.
Oh yeah.
And then I will take up position here. And then he's like, you see what I did there? See what
Yes, very good.
I told him you wanted to date him and he just took off running.
All right, Douglan.
Douglan's running at him and then he turns and runs. You're probably like, yeah, that's right, you run away.
You know, I'm actually gonna go right next to him. Because also, if I'm within 5 feet and he doesn't attack me, I get an opportunity attack. I shouldn't have said that out loud, though. All right, let me.
Yeah, you walk up to the orc. If you don't attack me, I'm gonna attack you.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, dude, we're lethal tonight.
Oh, nice.
Big rolls.
Oh,
Someone,
well
geez, someone had a good
done.
night's
Well
sleep.
done. Holy moly.
He can't let the whippersnapper, you know.
Show him up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, good form. Oh yeah, another 1 round kill.
Nice.
Very good, Douglan. Way to keep up.
Exact. I have, I think, 5. I think it was 25 feet. So I'm gonna back up and kind of keep my eye over here. Just letting Kogaan know. There's another one behind,
Yes, I saw him go.
and that's my turn.
All right, 42 is unconscious. All right. In the northwestern region of the map, it suddenly appears as if the storm intensifies right there. And this big whirling sandy something or other comes up out of the ground. Xarmir yells, "Sand Spirit!" and he looks concerned.
Little more information, lad.
I do believe he said sand spirit.
Is
And-
it a
and-
neutral entity? or
And what
is it
does that mean
orc?
to you, Landis?
All right, so this big whirling sand creature, it's almost like a little tornado with arms coming up out of the sand, immediately starts to move towards Kogaan, which is the biggest thing that's in the battlefield.
Would Landis be able to make an Arcana check to tell what that is, if he would know it?
When it's your turn.
Sure.
Don't
All
jump
right.
ahead.
It is basically flying, hovering towards Kogaan at a very rapid pace.
Anytime now. Rapid.
Oh, it's coming. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Very fast.
Here it's coming. It's like a steamroller coming at you at high speed.
Speed.
Aren't we just buggers, eh?
No,
Poking the dog.
it is ironic that I'm moving it so slow when I say it's coming at you at a blazing speed. Douglan, are you taking your reaction? I need
Yeah,
to
just
I
out
need
of
to move
pure
it
terror.
one more space
Are you
in.
smiting this time?
I might, yeah.
You
but
gonna use your
that
paladin
was-
abilities today?
Yeah, come on. Don't you have a god?
Am I being judged? I think I'm being judged.
Not by your god, just by your comrades.
Yeah, I'm gonna divine smite it because I heard spirit and Kogan's up my ass. So
I'm just envious about your abilities to channel godlike power.
Ooh, but sounds very smitey. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh!
another 10. Another 10.
And above average on those smite damage odds.
I
Damn.
don't. Does this get affected by the movement? I don't know. Because
Partially
you should
resist-
stop moving, basically.
I don't see any reason not.
I would say if it's immune to things like grapple condition.
Yeah, I was just gonna
stuff
say.
like
I
that,
mean,
then-
by its
Yeah.
nature, you can't stop it with your halberd,
Yeah,
right?
Totally
Like,
cool. Yeah.
yeah, like
I
I,
get it.
when you
Oh,
think
yeah,
about
he
it,
did.
it's
He
a wind.
flat-sided it.
It's a yeah, you're fanning it away.
I'm
Yeah.
just swirling it like cotton
Your
candy.
patient defense pattern is like
Yeah.
a turbine.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, this moves in one further spot.
It wouldn't stop, Kogan. This is something different.
All right, this creature gets 2 attacks.
After the
Plus, it
dash?
also has what we like to refer to as
High movement.
a whirlwind effect, sandy
Realm?
whirlwind. In the elements. Okay, so I'm gonna. So it says each. No. So did I max out there? Nope. I had the one more. So it moves into the space where Douglan and Kogaan are. So you're basically engulfed by this sandstorm, this whirling sandstorm. Each creature in the element space must make a DC 13 strength saving throw. On a failure, the target takes bludgeoning damage and is flung up to 20 feet away from the sand spirit in a random direction and knocked prone.
Am I considered in its space? Considering I'm...
So Doug, I'm gonna say you're too big to be affected by this. That would seem fair to me. That Douglan, you're gonna get potentially sent, but I feel like Kogaan would be too big. To...
like you'd have to go on the complete force.
I would have to move right over top of Kogaan for you to be
sense.
affected by that.
Got it. So strength save.
Yeah. So we need a DC 13 strength. Yeah, I do have it here actually. So.
Is your aura on yourself as well?
Yeah, it's me and anybody within 10 feet. So.
Okay, so we'll try this save, Douglan.
Oh, yeah.
You save. So,
I kind of hold on to Kogaan.
on a failure.
As my legs start to go up a little bit, I grab onto him.
Okay, and it says when you're thrown, if you hit an object, you take additional damage. If the saving throw is successful, the target takes half the bludgeoning damage and isn't flung away or knocked prone. So you'll just take half damage. All right. So it looks like you took 5 damage there, Douglan.
Do that.
All right, and now it can take its 2 regular slam attacks. So this is basically just these arms are smashing whirling sand into you. The first slam attack on Douglan misses. Its second slam attack on Kogaan misses. All right, Kogaan. This whirlwind of sand that Xarmir has yelled is a sand spirit is trying to engulf you.
Technically, at the end of its turn, I will use my reaction, and the silver ring flares with the rune, and I attempt to incapacitate this creature.
Nice.
Damn.
It saves.
It totally saves. Used. Alright. Now my turn. I will slightly back up. So that my corner, it's not partially on me. I had enough sand in the face for one day.
Yeah, in the past couple days, had enough sand. Thank you.
And I'll take some big flailing swings, even though my weapon is not magical. Alright. Giant's Might. Ooh.
Alright, and it partially resists that damage.
Number 2.
Well, that
This must be weird fighting a wind thing.
a sandstorm.
This time I'm going to invoke my Heim rune, a rune of the Forge. So when you hit a creature with an attack using a weapon, you can invoke the rune to summon fiery shackles. Target takes an extra 2d6 fire damage, and it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained for 1 minute. While restrained by the shackles, the target takes 2d6 fire damage at the start of each of its turns. And they can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, banishing blah blah blah.
So
I'm
these
surprised
are
you still have your Heim rune.
these are magical shackles.
Yeah. So this damage, yeah, magical shackles. Yeah, they kind of like come up out of the ground
and like wrap around it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if it's immune to being restrained, they're probably not going to restrain it, but the fire damage shouldn't be resistant.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Kind of what I'm going after here.
Gotcha.
We'll see what happens. Dun, dun, dun. So I want to add.
Burn me too.
Burn me too. Yeah, are you in that?
No. He's not like right in the middle. It'll be fun.
I'm totally cool with it.
Burn me too.
Gonna come out looking like Freddy Krueger.
I would think
then,
these things are pretty strategic. So,
Is it immune to restrain?
not to my knowledge. Let me double check.
It would seem so, like because it goes through characters, right?
It has a conditional immunity to grappled. Restrained, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I won't even bother with this. Immune.
It's pretty hard to shackle the wind.
Yep.
That's my favorite country song. Jackal the Wind.
Sorry, let me just double check something here. Oh, that's weird. Why aren't you opening? That'll be my turn. That's good.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. That takes us to Alanis. She is going to kind of get around Kogaan, and she lets fly an arrow at the sand spirit. As the arrow gets even close to it, it just kind of waffles away from the wind that is circling.
Isn't that ironic?
Don't you think?
Oh, just
No, why not?
All right. Does this guy get a save now? The one is fleeing Nightingale.
It's only for the one turn.
It's only for the one turn.
Okay, so he can get back
He
in
can
the
come
fray
back
now.
in. Yep.
All right. He dashed and can't do anything on this round. Xarmir is got to get a better position as well. So he runs out to the edge here. He lets fly with some arrows at the sand spirit.
Nice.
All right, hits it with its first shot. Oh, sorry guys, that was the wrong damage. That was...
Careful, Douglan's in there.
That's okay, I'll leave it at my own stupidity. Second shot.
I'm sure if somebody fumbles, it's gotta hit me. Come on.
I mean, he's large. Just aim for the top half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey.
The hair look fantastic right now.
All right. Xarmir...
Your comb over's flapping.
Dude, he's got a healthy head of hair.
It's
for an
lifting
old
up and then dropping back down again.
guy. No. He's got like so much hair.
Landis, if you look at the Douglan picture, he's got a very nice cloth.
He's
So,
Oh yeah.
making a skill check, is that my action? Or can I just do that? Being that it's a Arcana check. It's not like I'm going to flip open my book and...
Sorry, what are you talking about?
He's looking under like P, Q, R, S.
I want to do an
M.
Arcana check to see if I know what this thing is.
Yep, just give me an Arcana check.
Oh, you dirty dice.
Something sandy and windy.
Yeah, it's a big, sandy, whirly windstorm thingy.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay. Now that I know that,
You guys, it's a sand spirit.
I believe it's a sand spirit.
There's an orc right on top of you, by the way.
In case you hadn't noticed. Oh, some deep thinking going on there.
yeah, I'm trying to plan this out without, you know. Okay. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Where'd that go?
Yeah, man.
I think I might be able to do this. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Landis, seeing that, you know, this iceborne orc is breathing its foul stench upon my flesh, he kind of does this and goes, and this pillar shoots up from the ground, raising him 15 feet into the air. It's called Black Pillar.
Nice.
Gesture
Wow.
from the ground. A pillar is 15 feet tall, 5 feet on each side, and covered with cruel spikes. It has a flat top that can be safely stood upon. If a creature is caught between anything in the pillar, which this no one is, it would take damage. If a creature is shoved or pushed against the sides of the pillar, it takes a d6 piercing damage. The pillar can be climbed safely by making an athletics check with a DC equal to my spell save DC. It has hit points equal to 15 times my spellcasting modifier. AC of 10. So I am now 15 feet in the air on this spiky black pillar, and its duration is until dispelled or destroyed. No concentration required.
Sounds good.
Oh, you're on the pillar. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm on the pillar. I'm on top of the pillar, safely away from the hands of this dirty, foul orc.
Excellent. What's that one called again, Barry?
Black Pillar.
Black Pillar, right?
It was one of the spells Landis created.
Yep. Yep, I remember it.
That's cool.
Okay, is that it for you, Landis? Floating high above the battlefield now?
That would be me.
All right, our 3 orc friends continue to be incapacitated. And we are back at the top of the order with Nightingale.
Nightingale will move to here. As he passes Alanis, he'll be, my dear, I think we should take care of this orc. He seems to be harassing our magic man. And then,
Magic man.
with the crack of a whip, I let this orc know he should never have messed with my friends. That hit him, didn't it? Okay, I did. Now,
Shouldn't be sneak attack though, because
no,
Yeah,
I'm
'cause-
no.
Landis is up in the air.
Because
Yep.
Landis is in the area.
I don't know. That black pillar is pretty menacing.
What? No, see, it gave me sneak attack, but it shouldn't have. So you need to take 6 of those hit points off.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it still thinks that Landis is
Yeah,
right there.
right there.
Sorry.
That is 13. I need
Still
to take
alive.
6 of those off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it says
And I gotta
Like
take
1
on-
hit point left.
Yeah.
Okay. Done.
And then I will use my disengage. And I will take myself back there. Come and get me, you big ugly green sex son of a troglodyte. Got him good there.
Oh, you got him good for sure.
Isn't it was
All right, Douglan,
me?
you're a bit
All right,
engulfed at the moment.
I'm just like doing this. Trying to hit this thing.
Right now, your toes are gripping the sand through your boots,
Yeah.
keeping you in place.
You missed with your first attack.
Hey, hey.
Oh, you're in the middle of a sandstorm. I mean, it's
Yeah,
understandable.
I'm hitting it, but I'm not really hitting it.
And not like the Darude sandstorm.
There you go. Level 20 smite.
Dude,
Level 20
I was
smite.
gonna do it, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
That is some fine damage.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna try to. Can I go there and see what happens?
Yeah. What would you like to happen?
You
Well,
can
I
get.
don't know.
You're not
I've
grappled
never
or
been
anything.
inside of a sand spirit before. This is my first time.
All right.
I'm like spitting sand out. Ugh.
Our sand spirit.
What?
So much for my engulfing the Kogaan. All right. Instead, he's just going to bash upon Kogaan with its.
Oh, it's a recharge.
It's a recharge. It didn't recharge its whirlwind, so I can't engulf you.
So another benefit to my little feats there. If a creature that I'm within 5 feet attacks a target besides me, I get to attack as a reaction.
Absolutely. Go ahead, and then I'll do his attack.
As long as that person also doesn't.
What's that?
The one caveat is that target can't have sentinel feet as well.
Correct, correct.
You can't
That's true.
sentinel each other endlessly.
Right. That would be pretty funny. No, I'm not doing another one.
Shit.
I don't know how much damage I'll do, but that's all right. 2.
Take that. 3 damage.
Wow. Better than nothing.
Partially resisted. All right, our first slam attack against Kogaan. Misses. Second slam attack also misses. Wow, Kogaan. Nicely defended.
Thank you.
And you're up.
All those smites and rattles.
And you know, you probably have a shield the size of a dinner table.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger now, that's for sure. All right. First things first, I'm gonna use one of my attacks to breathe fire on this fool.
Turn him to glass.
Yes.
Failed. Douglan's on the outside of this whirling flame. This thing becomes, for a second, like,
The wind
again?
like, picks up the flame and everything
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
just like a fiery whirlwind.
Nice.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Hey, this guy's on fire.
Good.
Literally.
Literally.
Kogaan is on fire.
too bad that's all half, but still sweet. Screw it. Action surge.
Yeah.
We'll breathe
Whoa.
fire again.
Nice.
Oh, partially saved, so he takes half damage. Yep, oh sweet, it already automatically calculated. Nice. And then another swing.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be another 20.
That'd have been sweet.
That's still doing some kick.
Oh!
Hey!
Yay!
All right, Kogaan, with your last swing, this just explodes in dust that just, basically explodes out everywhere and starts settling to the ground all around you, just in a big...
With a big, huge, meaty, large hand, he points at Douglan and goes, "That was all you, Smite Master."
Like, pat
All
my
right.
chest.
That takes
Hey, you
us...
guys stop high-fiving each other. It's not over yet, okay?
Takes
We
us
do one of
to
those, bro.
Alanis, who takes a shot with her short bow at this fella. Oh, Alanis, you're so disappointing.
I mean, Alanis, you ought to know how to hit someone,
She's more espionage and intel than combat.
obviously. Needs obviously to someone to fight her battles for.
All right, well, Mr. Iceborne Orc 13, his prey seems to have flown up 15 feet in the air. So he runs over here and engages Alanis, taking a swing at her with his great axe.
Ooh.
He deserves it.
He hits her. Pathetic. She manages to just get grazed, just barely by the blade, going all Matrix on it.
Takes a nip across the shoulder.
All right, Xarmir, I'm gonna say, has got a shot at that Iceborne Orc.
Oh yeah.
First shot with his longbow. Oh, blasted. Come on, boys. Pull it together. Pull it together. Come on, NPCs. Pull it together. There we go.
We're stealing all our XP, guys.
There we go. That's nice. Drops it with an arrow through the throat.
Should we walk up now and all just surround these last three
Yeah.
buggers?
Which one do we kill first?
I mean, they're just gonna sit there, so you don't even
As soon as
really
you
need
damage,
to.
they pop out. So
And perhaps we can tie him up first.
go
and-
one at a time.
Does anyone speak Orc?
Well, Landis can.
I can. Necessary.
Well, Douglan's going to ask Landis if there's any more intel you want from them.
Well, let's keep in mind this spell lasts for a minute.
Yeah, we're still in the
Right.
combat.
Oh no, I was going to run over there and start tying them up one by one, right? Or chopping their heads off. One of the two. I don't know.
I
You
mean,
tell
we
me.
could tie them up and then coup de grace them if we absolutely had to. Whatever.
Yeah, I could put the immovable rod through their collarbone.
Yeah.
And then we could have a conversation.
What do you figure?
Well, that's why I asked Alanis. Is there any other intel you want from them if we interrogate, or should we just rid ourselves of this filth?
I need nothing further from them. I would say just end them.
Fair enough.
Do it.
Right.
All right. We will say that since they're incapacitated, you...
We can all simultaneous attack each one
Yes.
of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one by one.
We won't continue with
Let's
combat
drag it
for
out
those
painfully
three.
slow.
Yeah.
We'll
No.
just say you end the three of them as they end their days at the Grateful Dead concert.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything
Last
on them
thing-
worth noting? Nightingale will check them
Gonna
around and just
search
check
all
them
of
out.
them.
Yeah.
Did the spirit just turn back into sand?
Oh, it just basically exploded in sand that flew everywhere, and
No residue, no like precious crystal left right where it was.
A nexus of power of sorts.
Yes.
no, nothing, no remains, no wind, no nothing. Okay,
Egan just
the-
called to stand.
The
Hey,
first
Let
orc,
it go.
the first orc that you search, it's got some kind of standard gear on it. Obviously, they had geared up to, so they got backpacks and rope, tinder boxes, torches, water skins. Clearly they were rations. Interested in any of that?
I mean, are these like? I mean, if the rations
They're
are something
orc
you
rations.
normally eat, then yeah. Otherwise,
I mean, you could eat it, but it's
They're like
not,
dried guide.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
dried guide.
It's a little bit of tiefling jerky.
Oh, good lord!
Mm.
I asked the mirror if he wants some.
No, he's gonna pass. The second orc you search. Again, much the same. The only in this guy's pouch, he's got a set of playing cards.
Ooh, Landis will take those.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
excuse me.
Landis, I'm gonna drop them.
In the party sheet? Or right there?
Yeah, if you want to take them, put them in your. You can drag it to your inventory. So you're not in.
Boom.
He does have a little bit of coin. 6 silver, 20 copper.
Yeah. I'll take his coin pouch and
Okay. That was the second
toss it to
guy. Third. Much the same. Some rations, torches. He's got a silver piece, 12 copper. They're not carrying a lot of coin with them, obviously. What do we got?
I believe I've already stolen their wealth.
Same traveling gear, rations. This guy's got a candle with him.
Ooh.
Nah.
All right. So that's the 1, 2, 3. I would think you could search the guys. Oh, you offed them, so you can search them.
They're all
That
dead.
was 4. Nothing special on this guy. Just a little bit more coin.
Any coin of significance,
Yep.
we'll take it all.
I'm writing it all down here. And the last guy,
What is that?
he's got an oil flask with him. Is the only thing out of the ordinary.
Sweet. I'll take the oil flask. I'll just add it to my inventory. You don't need to drop it. Okay, you can.
All right, it's already there.
Why is there a circle on Douglan?
+5.
Did
and
something bad happen?
12. 10, 16, 24, 44, 53. So you get a total of 16 silver, 53 copper, which I'll throw into the party sheet.
Party sheet. Nothing.
No scrolls, no. These orcs were clearly geared up to be out in the desert for a while, presumably searching for you lot. But other than the little bit of coin and the one guy had a set of cards, the past, I guess, they gamble a lot, these Iceborn, so.
Rock and roll.
And I will just assign that to all.
Good haul, guys. Good haul.
That's it.
14 copper and 4 silver. It's totally.
Oh, it's a big haul. Big haul.
Well, I don't think we should waste any more time. Let's get back to the
Get back to Blessa.
the black roast. Is it called? Roost? Black Roost.
Black Roost in Blessa.
Bless that.
All right. A little housekeeping here to clean up the maps.
Another good fight, guys. Douglan. Not bad. Kogaan.
Yeah, Kogaan and
Extremely
Douglan
good
dishing some
rolls.
big damage. Big damage.
Big rolls tonight.
Very
Yep,
nice.
All those episodes, sessions of misses and low damage.
You're making up for it this one.
Pendulum swings.
As the days of our lives.
you head back out. And as Xarmir figured, you know, just as the night storm is starting to pick up, you arrive back at Blessa. And you make your way down into the cavern town, and you're back at the Black Roost Inn.
That was the built-in rock one, right? The cavern style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blessa was, yeah.
Yeah.
Both Blessa is, so it's kind of built into the walls of this cavern. Vulan was as well. Vulan was built into the hillside that went up.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Again,
our
because
first stop.
building
Yeah.
material is really difficult to come by in the Sea of Sand, people tend to build into the rock as much as
Got it.
possible.
Okay. And this is where that,
Central Oasis pool.
yeah, Valspira and
Yep.
Earthor was trying to get us to give him some diamonds.
Yep.
Like that.
Velspira is the one that gave you the desert sting and talked about buying diamonds from her brother Earthor.
Yeah, Earthor is a diamond seller, not a buyer.
Yeah, he's
Got
a
it.
seller. He's
Well,
looking
he
to
can
sell
sell
you
ours.
diamonds.
If he buys them, he can sell ours.
We're good.
Okay. You arrive in Blessa. You make your way to the Black Roost, where Xarmir once again arranges rooms for all. You sit and enjoy some supper rather than rations. They have a desert vegetable soup on the menu tonight, which is to die for.
What is the easiest way to give someone something from your inventory?
You can put it in the party sheet.
I
if I'm
can-
not mistaken.
I can, if you're giving it to somebody else, the easiest thing to do is drag it to the party sheet, and then they can take it from the party sheet and put it in their inventory.
Sorry about that interruption.
Nope. it's
Stew
all
for
good.
everyone?
Yeah, so you guys settle into some of the desert vegetable soup, some mugs of the High Sun Ale, and I think, guys, this will be a good place to put the pause on it for this session.
Kogaan, you want to go in the party sheet and take that dragon talon and enormous scale?
I would.
It is dragon bits. You may find them useful.
It's dragon bits.
They're collectibles.
The red scale's the hardest one to get. You have to eat 15 Happy Meals at least.
Yeah, you got to get a lot of Happy Meals to get there.
Oh man, this is the perfect spot to stop.
Any questions, comments, clarifications before I shut down the stream for the night? We can talk afterwards for a few minutes if we'd like, but any clarifications in session you want before we wrap her up?
So Ren needs to get back to the Bard's College, right?
Yes. She is looking to get back to the Penumbra College in the city of Alagon. Toot sweet.
Post haste.
Yes, indeed.
Know that.
Barry, you're good?
Yeah, the rest of it's just in-game stuff that we can do. So yeah, I'm good.
Okay. No clarifications. We're good.
Yep, we're good. We're good.
All right, then. I think we will wrap up the stream and the session for the night. Thanks, guys. We can have a little chat off screen. But good night. Some good battles. You guys, you got your mojo tonight. You had some really good damage, some really good hits going on. So that's
Good
fantastic.
strategies too.
Yeah, some good battlefield control. We were
Yeah, it was
A-game
good.
tonight, fellas.
It was
A-game
good.
tonight.
Okay, I am going to sign us out of the stream, and we can close out our night together. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, JD.
Cheers, everybody. JD.